Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Welcome, everyone. Blow Hard, Talk Hard here with...
Reimer.
Hey, Sabrina.
Yeah, they're a little bit confused, but they're both here. And today we also have special guest, Mrs. Effie
White Minx.
Effie White Minx. I like it. Welcome, Effie White Minx.
Thanks so much for having me.
We're so excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us here in the studio.
How cool is this girl?
She not only is she cool, she's very beautiful and brilliant and smart, and you light up this room.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Compliments will get you almost anywhere.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank the Lord.
Well, in that case.
No, just because our pre-talk before we started, like she's just
Yeah,
got
we're
some
already
open
having a
spirit
good conversation.
Yeah.
It's time to, and then we were like, let's hit record.
Yeah. We wasted a half an hour talking about the things we should be talking, getting taped. But yeah, it's tell us something. Tell us
Everything.
I thought I already told you everything.
I know that's
Right.
the thing.
Tell our listeners.
Where do I start?
Yeah, where do we
So,
start?
Effie, why don't we start with when it started for you? Like, how did this become something that you started doing? What was the first time like? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I had thought about getting into the sex industry for a pretty long time. But so I was a graduate student and I was living in kind of like a smaller city. So I checked out the agencies there and they all seemed like a little sketchy and not my cup of tea. And then I left and came back to Toronto.
Uh-huh.
And I think I just like kind of wanted like some adventure, you know, like something fun.
So you're an info, in other words. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been into casual sex for sure. So the idea of monetizing that seemed, you know, like a good idea.
So just to go off Sabrina's question, like you basically woke up one day and it was into you, it was in your blood, like you just go, I just want to fuck. Like, how did that feel?
Yeah,
like,
what prompted
why?
the curiosity?
Yeah.
Was there a starting point?
Like,
for that?
did you have a friend, or did you watch a movie? What made you go, I want to do this, man, I like it. Or I might like it.
I think there was like really like this like collection of short stories that may have been like the real catalyst, and I can't remember the name of it, but there was like one story about this like, you know, young woman, and she's in New York in like Soho, it's the 70s, she's working at this brothel, and I think that's when I really decided to like, you know, pull the plug and call up an agency.
Interesting. Like Penthouse Forums, those little...
No,
this is like a slightly more literary publication.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where'd you get this
A
book?
collection of short stories. Ah, yes, Hustler.
I don't know. Like, okay, I'm looking at
A
Playboy.
man
You know
from
what?
Detroit was in a bar and he met this lady.
Well, that's what I was thinking
that's-
she was reading.
But like,
Fuck, do I have a mind of what? Eh? Like,
women
what
are
is my
much
mind?
more cerebral. I can imagine. I can imagine it being a better read.
So Effie's, you're reading this book, and I'm thinking, okay, she's reading Penthouse. The guy came in the room. I ended up, you know. like,
So how long between you like sort of like reading this book and having the thoughts sparked and you having your first appointment? How much time was there like in between? Like how long did you think about it?
Well, so I had just finished graduate school, so I sort of approached the sex industry the way that I had approached everything, with that kind of like try hard, you know, manic
Great
sort of.
attitude.
So I did a lot of research. You know, I definitely spent a lot of time online and found an agency that looked good. And then I remember I had like a very long conversation with this like super popular VIP girl that was working there, and she gave me, you know, like a lot of tips and stuff like that. So I guess maybe like 2 months or something like that.
Okay.
It was pretty quick.
Wow.
do you remember the first gentleman that came into your first call?
I do not remember the first gentleman, my first call.
And you don't. I was gonna say, if you remembered, how did you feel after? Like, did you Because I've asked this question to other girls, so
Yeah.
I'm curious what your feelings were.
So I don't remember that, and I think that's part and parcel to the fact that I was still like very much like wrapped up in this kind of like try hard, like put on like the best, performance possible. I spent like hours reading the message boards, and then what I do remember is the first time that I had an orgasm with a client. Because I feel like that was the time that like everything kind of shifted for me. Like everything sort of clicked in my whole like orientation towards what working in the industry was like.
And this guy
changed
made me-
I just had to say that as soon as you said that, the two of them sat up in tandem.
Well,
it was amazing.
It's a lot of that opens up a lot of questions. Like, okay, you don't remember the first time, but you remember the first orgasm. How long? What did this guy do? Like that?
So this
Did he
man,
have a big dick? Like, what was
he did have a big dick, but no, this man came prepared. Like he had like a tablet with porn. He had toys with him. He had like a huge
What do you
cock.
have the tablet for?
He had pornography on it. Yeah.
to watch that?
Yeah, so we
To
like
set the mood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like he was gonna make me come. Like there
And he
was
had a big
no.
dick, too.
He did have a big
How
dick.
big?
Also, it was thick. It was like a
Fat,
thick
yeah.
Girthy.
cock.
Fat, big, okay.
And
you like that.
so I was like, oh, well, like I mean, he's like obviously committed to this. Like this is gonna
Brought a
happen.
tablet, of course.
He was very nice. He also brought a basket full of like gifts for me. So
Amazing.
he was also chivalry is not dead. Don't worry.
Chivalry will go a very long way.
A lot of guys do that. They bring gifts, like, little things. I'm sure he didn't. What did he bring you? A basket of what?
It was like a lot of like kind of like bath products. There was
Okay.
some shampoo in there. It was more than just
For
like a chocolate bar.
For a first time him seeing you, that's a lot of effort on his end.
Yeah.
Because you were not who you are today.
No, exactly.
Nobody
yeah.
like probably even knew of you back then. Like you're just a
No.
new girl in the business.
I was
so
just a
why
skinny
would
blonde
he?
chick.
And he was just ready to tablet, gift
Set the
bag.
mood, get ready.
A lot of guys, after a while, the guys do fall a little bit head over heels over certain girls.
Yeah.
And I could see them going that extra mile, but first time, I don't know.
I could understand that with Effie falling head over heels.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, engaging personality.
Is
yeah.
gifting a common thing?
I think it's fairly common for someone to bring like some like token of their affection.
But not
It's
a
just like it's
tablet.
like old school kind of
I
hospitality and
get that
whatnot.
tablet out of my head.
But he didn't gift the
No, he didn't
tablets.
gift the
I
tablet.
know, but I
No,
still
he
can't believe he brought
No,
it.
he had like his favorite porn, and I was like so contrived at the time that I actually had a copy of The Economist out on the table, just like fodder for conversation. So we discussed like like the farming industry in India or something
How
briefly.
long was the appointment for?
It was an hour.
There's a lot of stuff in
Wow.
1 hour. I can't even take off my pants that quick. Like, it's one of those-
But I feel like it was that was definitely like that client sticks out in my head as like when I realized like I could just like have a good time and get off
And get money.
enjoy people's company, and that like ultimately that would be the better route in terms of people's enjoyment anyways.
Yeah. Was orgasming something you had difficulty with like before the industry?
I very highly doubt that.
No.
But I had thought, like I said, I was like so focused initially because I'm like such a try hard that I was just thinking like, I gotta like do all the right moves and say the right things as opposed to just kind of like being myself and having a good time. And now like my approach is like super candid. And
Have you seen him again? Has he ever came back?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did see him again. Yeah, a few
Did
times.
he make you come the next time?
Oh yeah.
So this
Yeah.
guy's like your cup of tea.
He was.
knows what
I
he's
liked
doing.
him. Yeah, he knew what he was doing for sure.
Good
Yeah.
guy. Good for you, whoever you are.
And he had backup, like just in case,
He had backup?
like he had like vibrators with him and stuff.
Ah.
So just,
I
just
thought he
in-
had a backup. His buddy was there. Okay, tag in. Go. You're next.
I'm done. I got
course
it.
you think
Went too
that.
early.
I'm not doing good here. You better help me out here.
No, so it wasn't just about him. He wanted to also share the pleasure.
Yeah, I feel like that's like pretty common. I mean, there's a
I
spectrum,
agree.
right?
I would
It
do
is.
that.
I think there's a spectrum. There's like real sex clients and there's fake sex clients, and then there's people, that are like somewhere in between.
So wait,
What do you
what's
mean by
real
real
versus
sex
fake?
and fake? Yeah.
So the real sex clients, yeah, like they want you to get off, like they want to have sex like you're two regular people. The fake sex clients have like, very specific things that they
Yeah.
want you to kind of act out. They don't really give a shit about you. They just want to,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
There aren't too many of them though.
Can't really blame them, but I guess they're the ones that are a little bit.
No, that's
What
fine
are
with
they
me.
checking off like a
Like,
kink list, or
yeah.
they just want to just come and go?
What I've heard from other girls, that basically they come in, turn around, and they just want to bang you and get the fuck. They don't care like to say how you look nice or anything compliment. They just want to fuck and get the fuck out.
So in my experience, my fake sex clients are more people that watch a particular type of pornography and they want to recreate what they're
Okay.
watching, right? Like that.
But again, they don't care like if you like it or not.
But yeah, they don't care about you, and like that's fine too, right? You know, you wouldn't want all your clients to be real sex clients, like really far into the real sex realm, because that also might be a little, you know, there's only so many times I can have an orgasm over the course of the day, right?
I was going to just ask that. How many times do we come?
What is?
The max, the one, the record,
the max?
What's
day.
the max?
Not the max, the most you
She
have in
hasn't
a
hit it
day.
yet. She's still young.
But some girls don't
There's
come
still
at
time.
all,
There's
and there's
time.
other girls that come with every client. Again, it's a very crazy.
I mean, I come with most clients, but I can't come. You know, some people, I think, I'm not sure if they actually can come over and over again, or if, you know,
They
just
pretend.
but I can't come like over and over again. Like I need like a little bit, at least like a 10-minute break.
Yeah, yeah. You're not Niagara Falls. It's not,
refractory time.
yeah.
You know,
Same
like
here, I
like
need a
most
break.
people, but yeah, like the most times. I mean, I think it's like not uncommon to come like 8 or 9 times.
Of course it's
like
not.
That's pretty,
In a session or in a day?
In a
in a
total day.
Yeah.
That's the joy
I'm
of
sure
being
I've
a
had
woman.
15 days. I'm sure I've had days where like I hit.
Did you say 15?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. What does that
Again,
feel like at
some
the end of the
people
day?
are-
Is that awesome?
I guess so.
Is that-
It feels draining, I'm
I was
assuming.
just gonna say it might take a lot out of you.
But again, that's where
like
the
to be
love comes
tired.
in.
I like to
Or-
be tired at the end of the day.
especially
so
from that. Yeah,
You
exactly.
sleep well, you know.
Fuck listeners, man. You got to see this girl,
Yeah.
man. She just loves to hold.
Coming is good for your health. If you can do
Exactly.
it 15 times in a day.
fucking guys.
I used to masturbate a lot though. Like
After
when
the
I was,
shift?
When I was in, now I masturbate less. But yeah, like definitely when I was in undergrad, I would go on like fairly lengthy, what's the name for it? When you're like procrastinating by watching porn?
Addict?
Oh,
Fascinating.
procrastination?
Procrastination, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh,
it.
that's,
Wow.
So I would go on
heard
like
that. I've never heard that
fairly,
either.
yeah,
that's what it is.
fairly extensive.
You like porn?
Yes.
Which is your favorite porn to watch? Like,
So I go on like different kind of like tangents. I've had like when I was an undergrad, I was like super into gangbang porn.
Love it.
Like I was just like really into that. Now, it's not really like for me anymore. I guess it was just a phase. But I'm a big fan of kink.com. I would
Really?
say of all of the kind of, you know, like big, you know,
I like it,
mainstream
but
type of-
it's a little bit, sometimes they overdo it, in my opinion. Like they,
So what I like
Yeah.
is I like to watch porn now where I can tell that the female is like really enjoying herself.
Yep.
And I find that like their programming is like by far the best for this. I've looked at like, you know, the sort of screening that people go through. And so like all the women that appear on their programming are like really enjoying themselves, really into that. They have the little like outro where
so you're
you see
submissive,
them.
is what you're saying.
I do have some submissive and
Well, you would have to
masochistic
be on
tendencies,
kink.com.
which occasionally I
Submissive,
tap into my
masochistic
masochistic tendencies, you know.
On kink.com, they do some pretty rough stuff, man. Like they go at them.
I'm Googling that right after this
Yeah.
show.
It's the
Yeah,
one with the
it's-
castle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's kind of like that old school, like Story of
Yeah.
Bo type of, you know, building and
They put
everything
them in
like
these-
that. And
What are
they
those
have
things
like,
they
Like a
have? What are they
dungeon?
called? Those,
well, they have different ones. They have like, there's like public disgrace, which is like, you know, they're usually in like some obviously public
yeah,
setting
yeah.
and stuff. And there's like a bunch of people. And then they have like the one where they're like up in like the more castle-y area being like trained as, I feel like I would make an excellent sex slave, by the way.
yes.
Yep. Pay attention. Noted.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
For like,
Okay.
you know, yeah, like
I'm
some,
gonna
like,
text you after this interview's done, or after this conversation is over. I'm gonna go, hey, sex slave time.
I feel like I'd be so good at it.
I think
wanna-
so too.
It's my
Yes.
fantasy.
Well,
I want to
that-
free the
I want
sex
to keep this
slaves.
professional, so I'm not saying
That-
anything crazy.
That,
but
that lends itself to your job. I mean, if you're like, that's something that I would like enjoy or be good at, then there's a reason why.
Yeah, I think
you're-
generally, if your sexuality is like tied to like making other people happy, then like you're gonna find like working in the sex industry, particularly as an escort, just to be like much more fulfilling.
Yeah.
for sure, you're a pleaser, and you're happy when the guy's happy. It makes you
Exactly.
happy. Yeah, you can't really fake that too long and get away with it too long in this industry. Like if you don't really, you don't have to love it, but if you don't like it, you're not gonna last.
Is that a common personality trait, the pleaser, in the industry?
I think
Again,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
again,
Oh yeah,
if
I
you-
think like submissive and like just like not submissive in a like I'm like a very assertive person, but yeah, having that sort of like your sexuality being tied to like making other people happy is like definitely overrepresented.
To Reimer, just to one thing, Effie is legendary status in the industry. Like she is like famous. Well, yes, like everybody knows her.
Right.
Right. What's brought her into the world of fame?
All this
like
love.
looking at her,
I'm
right?
well,
All this
I'm
is
well
famous.
reviewed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm well reviewed.
Well reviewed, but just listen to like the people that see her. Like I remember, like I was looking at my one of this. He made notes on the spreadsheet. He's infatuated by her. He's this. He's that. I'm like, holy fuck! Like every person like comes out like stunned, like happy, like not happy, like mesmerized. Mesmerized. Like what the fuck just happened?
What does it take to make legendary status? Like what is the?
I don't know. She just told us earlier she could deep throat big dick for like whatever.
That was before we got on air.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What was you said something? You're something about being like smart. Like you can hold an intellectual conversation, but you can also like deep throat a dick.
Yeah,
Something to that
I'm
Look at
the
her Twitter bio.
Yeah.
I'm the smart
Smart
chick
but love giving blowjobs.
that can deep throat. Yeah, so it's the best of both worlds.
That's the title of your book.
Perfect for the individual that wants to eat their cake and have it too, right?
There you go.
But I would say like probably one thing is being able to like figure out what people want very quickly, like as soon as you meet them, and then delivering it like seamlessly.
Jesus.
That's that kind of like connection that people really,
So how do you find that out? Do you ask or do you just sort of like intuit?
So I make out with them at the door. So
So what do you do? Whisper, hey, by the way, you want me to suck your dick hard?
No, I just find that like if you make out with someone for like a couple of minutes, you can really like figure out like what they're like and what their style is like and the sort of
I
pace that
love
they
that.
want.
And they figure out what you're about too, because
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, we're gonna have a great time.
You know what
Yeah.
I used to think about? I used to like pretend in my mind. I would think about if like that this person had been like away at war, and I was like
Oh my
afraid they would never come back, and try to like kind of channel that.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I love that.
That was
wrong
great.
at the
Everyone
same time.
loves it.
John is at
universally.
wars. He just returned from 5 years of
Yes.
fighting. Let me suck his dick.
I miss you, Johnny. I miss
Yeah,
you
I
too.
mean that way you really appreciate people. You think about like what it would be like to like have
Fucking
thought that
legend.
maybe they would never come
Legend
back.
is true there. Like he pretends he's at war, so I'm gonna make sure he gets it like good. It's been
Yeah.
so long.
I was reminded of that song, like it's in his kiss, da 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 da. Yeah, all that. Just being able to feel somebody through their kiss. That's
Well, we've talked about like in the past, sometimes there are girls that might not be approaching legendary status, and some of that has to do with the fact that when they open the door, they don't greet with that like they're
Yeah.
not that welcoming. And if you're gonna open the door and like you are starting the appointment off
Yeah.
on like the perfect note, and like that obviously again is going to lend itself to the legendary status. Not only do you know what they want, but you're also greeting them with like exactly
First
what
5
you could
seconds.
want.
Oh yeah, get
Yeah.
rid of all awkwardness.
The first
Just
5
start
seconds-
making out with them, and
Once you open that door, and
press
if
up
you have-
against the wall, like,
Once you open that door and you're already smiling, grabbing the guy, he's like, this is gonna be great. Now, if you open the door and look at me like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna be like, oh God, this is a mistake. Not with her, like with any girl, right?
Yeah.
So I always
Yeah.
say, greet the person as best you can, because that determines in his mind how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, definitely.
And how he's gonna treat you. Like if you're gonna be like, hey, miserable, what do you expect him to be?
all right. It's a service. You welcome the service. You come on in.
Yeah.
You establish. The
But legendary
relationship.
here, Mrs. Effie, she doesn't only open the door and smile and give him a baby hug and a little
No.
peck. She's like, hey, make it
Like
up. What do you want
the
exactly,
appointment
man?
starts now.
I feel like that would be awkward though if you just like were like, oh hello, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you
Pat
know
on the
what I mean?
back.
I just figure like a little peck. Like I don't know, like how deep when you say you start making out with them, you really go at them.
Well, I mean, I take the cues from them in terms of like what their kissing style is like, and that way I kind of like get a sense of like what they like, how aggressive things are going to be, like whether they want something kind of slow and building or.
So you initiate
know.
and let them lead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't just like shove my.
How do you like that? Tongue down your
Yeah,
throat.
but I like, give them the opportunity to communicate the necessary information.
God, I think
to
that's so
me.
brilliant. I think
is.
that's so
It is,
brilliant.
it is. I have to give props to that. The intro is like great.
I mean, at the
I've
same
never
time,
had that many that detailed version of her intro because it's the way if you do that, you're a winner, I think.
yeah, that's great. And I think about like just when you kiss somebody, just before you have sex, like you can feel like the level of passion.
passion
sex is gonna
is the
have
key, yeah.
When you start kissing, yeah.
Like a little peck is like, okay, whatever. It's,
Yeah, we're just gonna get through this.
Yeah.
But that passionate, just like, ugh.
Fuck yeah, that
Yeah.
goes along. It's like you're already extend. You're already making that call. Hey, can I stay longer?
Yeah.
But with the legend, no, because it's
Booked.
yeah. That's why it's easy to be booked.
Hey, what were those tips? You said the first time you talked to somebody, a VIP girl, that she offered you some tips to get started. What were like some of those things you've taken with you?
What were some of the tips? Well, she told me all about kind of the message boards and like building a brand. Like that was something. She was really smart.
Wow.
She was studying commerce, and she was someone, she had assets. She had like very large natural breasts, super nice, but definitely not the type of person you wouldn't see her on the street and think that she worked in the sex industry just based
Well,
on,
neither you,
know.
to be honest, too.
Yeah.
Like you have a certain class, especially the way you're dressed today. I wouldn't look at you on the subway and say, "Oh man, she sucks in deep throats." Like, you have a nice.
You're a cutie. At the same time as sexy.
Yes, but it's like
much for me.
I think it's very hard to say that about someone unless you're wearing booty shorts up your ass. Like, then you could.
I don't know. I mean, there are certain like aesthetics that are sort of associated, stereotypically with people who work in the sex industry. But no, so she told me a lot about the message boards and about kind of like building your brand on the message boards. And she was known at the time for doing like a lot of like role playing and stuff like that, and outfits. But then like even little things like, for example, which I still do, like if I'm working at a hotel, like I'll bring water with me and put it in the fridge so that I have water to offer people. Just
Yes,
like a little
nice,
gesture
very
kind
nice.
of thing. She always made sure she had like a bunch of condoms out so people knew like, that they, there was no like limit on like anything,
Oh, I just thought that meant that she's making me feel bad when she puts those large Trojans out there.
I never put the
So
large
funny.
ones out though. I always have,
You have
like
them, but
I have
yeah.
3
Yeah, I
sizes
know, but
of
it's just
condoms
funny
with
how
me.
like if you put those out there and that's it, and I'm like,
To become a
face I have a big.
I thought it was just
No,
regular and large. An extra
No,
large.
so that like you sometimes
guess it is.
some guys
it's-
have
it's-
homemade condoms. They have to order them special
So
online.
there's this company called Kimono, and they make a type of condom that comes in a smaller size. They don't say that they're small on them. They say super thin. But when you buy them at the sex store, the people do ask, like, have you used these before? And I once made the mistake of going in to buy them with my partner at the time, and he was really pissed off at me.
Okay, wait a minute. Are they
Wait.
thin or are they small?
They're
small.
short.
They're small. No, it's not that they're short.
They're
They're
thinner,
smaller.
yeah.
No, but they're
tighter.
smaller,
So
right?
they're made for
like,
smaller penises.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
they
See
they
that
fit
word
better.
penis? You like that?
They,
Again,
they
being
fit
educated.
better on like a.
I'm being
As opposed to dongs or
Oh,
big
as opposed
But
to-
I think Durex also has like ones, but the Durex ones I think actually say extra small on them. So
No,
like,
they
No.
don't.
I think they do have them, or there's one brand that has them. But I would never put out obviously a condom. That
You should
says
put out those
extra
big.
small.
Did you ever? What about the big ones?
I have extra large with
Did
me.
you?
also,
Did anybody?
yeah.
Did you ever see a guy who orders them special from online because they're too big and they don't make them at the stores? At the
I
whatever.
did recently look into like
There's a
extra
guy
large
that has to bring, because
condoms.
I've always told people,
exist.
don't ever use condoms that a guy brings.
No,
because
yeah.
he could put a hole in them. Like guys, anyways, we'll skip all that negative. But he orders them specifically because even the Trojan big ones are
Yeah.
too small.
That's
Wow.
wild.
Yeah,
So
I
that's-
did notice they do have like even larger ones, and you can read reviews and gentlemen with extremely thick cocks.
That's a
do
problem,
write
right? If you have a
reviews
big
too.
dick like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can be a problem.
I
for
would
sure.
think so.
Yeah.
Because when you're too big like that, like which girl's gonna be like, oh, this guy's gonna kill me?
yeah.
Is that what I'm saying? We're serious, right?
Yeah, I got
No,
stuff to
in
do
my
today.
experience,
Depends.
the vast majority, with like I can only think of one exception of men that have really big cocks, like they know they have big cocks,
And
and
they-
they
yeah.
know they have to be, start off
Yeah.
slow. Like
Those
they're
are the
not,
good
you know,
guys. There was also a couple of that do have it, and they intentionally pound away, and then that they get banned away because you're literally trying. I remember like a long time ago, like our one phone girl goes, "You're doing," and he was laughing. I didn't, and they get, but he was like mocking laughing.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to like be a goof. Okay, you got a big dick. Good for you. Relax.
But I think most guys with big dicks, like they know it and
And
they're conscientious.
are you okay?
about
Like,
it,
this
you
is
know?
that-
Yeah,
you
exactly.
sure? Are you okay?
Let
Yeah.
me know if,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those I respect.
That's my experience.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Those other guys who don't do that, see you later. Because what's the purpose?
What about handling on the other end of the spectrum when they're like tiny?
Well,
That's why you need the boutique.
Komodos.
Yeah, the Komodos. Yeah.
The boutique condom.
yeah,
Robert,
exactly.
you want her to give you the
the
number for the store?
No, I'm covered.
You already have a whole
Yeah,
bunch?
no,
You ordered a year's supply.
I don't like them because the serial number when you get to the bottom of them is like, why do they
There's
print
no
that at the bottom?
serial number at the bottom.
I guess
of
you
it.
haven't rolled them out all the way.
No, I don't. Oh, you making fun of me, Reimer?
So is there any other things that like strike in your memory of things that this girl had mentioned to you that you've sort of adopted or that you thought was good advice?
I feel like it was mainly her approach to explaining, like, you have to be kind of like the same but different. Like, it's kind of like marketing anything, right? Like, you need to think about, like, you need to fit in a category on the one hand, like, that's important. So I'm in like the blonde spinner category, you know, as a thin blonde woman. But then you have to be different. Like, what is it about you? And you can sell anything, right? Like, I've had on my website before when I was working independently, like, freckles you can sell, dimples you can sell, like, graduate degrees you can sell, you know. But you need to, like, kind of get a sense of, like, what is it about you that is gonna, you know,
But the
allow
sex
you
is
to
the key,
succeed.
though. Like, come on, you're missing the good parts here. You're not saying the part
No, because
that.
there's always going to be someone who
yeah.
does more shit than you. There's
Yeah.
always going to be someone that does anal, like, no upcharge, and, you know, is doing maybe like some other like crazy, like, unsafe things or whatnot. So you can't compete in that respect. So you need to.
There's always somebody that does more or has better or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
who's prettier
okay.
than you, thinner than you know, bigger menu than you and whatnot. And so you need to, like, figure out what it is about you in a saturated market, because, like,
And what you're comfortable with.
And what you're comfortable with and what you're going to enjoy. I would say,
Right.
like, that's another thing. It's like,
sure.
I remember one thing she told me. She told me that one thing that she did is she would try to, like, find something about the client that was really attractive. So, like, maybe it was like they had really nice eyes or whatnot, and kind of, like, focus on that. Yeah.
That's smart.
So
Is that what you do? Like, your friend is your friend. The interview's about you, though.
So I could, like, that, you know, I definitely, like I said, that, like, for the first time that I, like, came with a client, I think that's when I realized that, like, I could just kind of, like, be, like, with these people and, like, enjoy myself and had a good time. And appreciate the experience, and I think that kind of, like, accomplishes.
And you really do enjoy it, right? Like, honestly.
Oh yeah.
You
for the
love
most
it. Like, I
time,
could
yeah.
tell, even looking at you now, like, you're smiling. She's like, yeah, I fucking love it. Like, just say you love it. Say it.
It's true. Yeah. No, I definitely prefer this to my other jobs.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Well, the thing is that, like, people respond really well to authenticity and what's
Yeah.
real. And, like, if you are enjoying what you're doing, then again, it
Yeah.
all roads lead to legendary status.
That's
Yeah, like, I
exactly
think
right.
that's, like, totally back to, like, what you were asking me before. Like, I think most people in the industry that do really well and have a lot of longevity and, you know, are just, like, consistently putting up good reviews are people that, like, genuinely are enjoying themselves, and most of them, like, also come with clients, you know. Most of them are not just, like, putting on a show, because that kind of, like,
You
will
can't
only
fake
get
it
you
for
so
that
far,
long.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To become this popular and good, you have to be part of it. You have to enjoy it. Otherwise, eventually, 6 months, a year, you're done.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be some new shiny person.
There's always a new
that will
blonde
replace
growing
you.
up,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
20-year-old that's going to step in. But again,
Yeah.
So you kind of want to build a relationship with these people, and, like, so that you're where, like,
It's that
Like, you have your
connection,
clientele.
right?
Yeah.
That, like, you know, like, yeah, we had chemistry. It's that, like, chemistry that will, like, keep you busy, you know, for a long time. But I'm very, like, I'm, like, a total, like, old school whore in terms of, like, how I dress. Like, I wear, you know, like, lacy kind of lingerie,
Fucking
thigh
horse,
highs.
yeah.
Like, I always have shoes on. Like, even though, like, I'm 5'6", so I wear, like, 6-inch heels, and, like, sometimes that makes me a little tall and I have to take them off, but, you know.
you know what I think? You know what I'm thinking? We're going to take a little break and we're going to come back, and I want to pick it up a notch because you're being very, very conservative here. I just like what you just said,
Conservative?
the whore 6-inch heel part. On that note, we're coming back. Everybody, listeners, part 2 is going to be a little bit outside the box. Julian here. If you like this particular episode or any other episodes, or we hope you enjoy all the episodes, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. We appreciate feedback, good or bad. We are also located on all your favorite podcast platforms. Just so you guys know, we're on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, etc. Simply search Blow Hard, Talk Hard on your platform. You'll find us. That's Blow Hard space Talk Hard. And if you want to get a hold of us directly, please email us at blowhardtalkhard@gmail.com. Our website is www.blowhardtalkhard.com. You can always listen there, take a peek, see what we're all about. Our Twitter, same deal. You can follow us, look at all our posts and see what's new and what's coming at Blowhard Pod, at Blowhard Pod. Welcome back, listeners. We're here with our lovely guest, Mrs. Effie White. What you prefer doesn't really matter. We all know her.
Yes.
Legendary status, remember.
Absolutely.
Everybody laughs because they know.
You're too kind, Julian. Too
So-
kind.
She's a sexy little kitten.
So the legend was just telling us, I asked what the favorite gift that you've gotten was, and you said that it was a painting, but not just some painting of something. It was a painting that your client made for you.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't know if he made it for me. I suspect he didn't, but he did pick it out for me. So he was like a set designer by trade, like that was his profession, and then he also painted. So it's a painting. It's a naked.
I was going to ask you, what was the painting of?
So it's a painting
Your
of a
pussy?
naked man.
Of a naked
Of a
man.
what?
Yeah, it's like a naked man, and he thought that it was, he paints a lot of naked women, and I was
hope
kind
so.
of hoping
Relax.
for a naked woman painting.
Okay.
But he gave me that painting because I guess he thought that he looked
was-
very contemplative, and that reminded him.
Was
of
that
me.
painting of him?
No, it definitely was not a painting of him.
Why definitely? Because he made a big dick or something, and it definitely didn't fit the pattern.
I don't think there's any dick showing in the painting. The
Ah,
angle
is that
is.
it? Okay.
Oh, we went
Right.
And
it was
so it's
artistic.
currently
It was a tasteful nude.
Yeah, it was a tasteful nude. Yeah, it was a really
God.
nice painting. Like I loved it, and it's currently in my living room. Like right.
Oh,
and
you have it still?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
you like it?
on my like Teams and Skype meetings? Everyone sees it in the background and loves it, but it was quite controversial at certain points in my life where I was living with my partner.
But there's no dick.
There's no dick. He just didn't
It's
like.
not about it being the dick, it's about it being a gift from a client, you
Exactly.
dingo.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I
Big
mean,
dick.
original art is so expensive to purchase
Yeah.
that, and he brought it on the TTC and everything. It was all wrapped up, and he,
So what was his motive for this?
No, it was just like a gift. And he told me actually if I got sick of it that I could switch it out for another one.
Did
Wow.
you ask him
Yeah.
why he didn't put a dick? I gotta keep asking this.
Is the back turned? Is that why? Is it?
No, he's kind of.
Is it like those
he's
Greek
kind of
statues with no dicks? Like what
Because
the
not
fuck?
everybody.
No, it's just like
Yeah.
the dick's not in the frame, you know?
Some
like
people
it's
I
just
want
not,
understand.
human
I just like the
form
bust
without
balls.
junk.
It's in my living room.
I understand.
Yeah.
I just like to break them a little bit. I get it.
Imagine if I had like a naked dude with like his dick showing, and I'm like on my Teams meeting with like that
How
in
you
the
doing,
background.
guys? Yeah, hey, what's in the
But I
background?
get people are very impressed by it now. Now that I'm allowed to take it out of storage,
Right.
because for a while this it was highly stigmatized painting that remained in my
no
storage.
dick picture, Jesus.
But I thought that was amazing. Like I can't imagine like a better present than that.
Really?
That speaks a lot. That speaks
Yeah.
a lot to the person that
Okay.
you are.
Good for you. I won't say nothing bad on that because that's the way you feel.
Yeah, I'm taking a painting, by the way.
I started number painting. Do you love me now?
Paint. He's
How do you feel
Let
about?
me, let me see the output.
How do you feel about men who
and-
crochet?
He's
gonna
Well,
start-
we already know
Paint
about
by
the bag
numbers.
that I'm into, like the
Yes.
Actually,
the
I'm
arts and
painting by
crafts.
numbers, and that's not even a joke.
I know it's not a joke. He bought a
No.
paint by numbers. He's gonna make
Oh,
you a
yeah.
You
painting.
did. You
Well,
did.
let's see. I'll see what the product is.
It's
Yeah.
I look forward to
Yeah.
it's this.
this bonus.
Nobody can see it, but it's supposed to be 4 elephants.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was
a
I
wolf.
see the beginning of the
Oh.
elephants,
Yeah.
but it looks like you have a lot of work to do on this.
I got a lot of time on my hands, but this is going to be the biggest stress factor of my life.
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult.
Between
It's supposed
procrastinating,
to be
is-
meditative and calming, and he's like, it's good.
This is stressful.
Stuff
Yeah.
like this.
We're gonna
You
put it
know,
on the Instagram when it's done.
Before the break, I recalled you said about you like to dress up in 6-inch heels and stuff like that for
Yeah.
your clients. I was thinking like when I was in the bathroom, actually just peeing, not doing anything like perverted. So don't say anything stupid.
Nobody's
don't know.
nobody's
I don't know.
mind
I
is
know.
going there.
No one's gonna
No
even
one
call
was
me.
I
thinking
think
that.
ahead because I don't want to give you opportunities to make stupid jokes. But what is your outfit like a go-to outfit? Do you plan your wardrobe today, like for tomorrow, like whatever
Yes.
day? Like do you say, I'm wearing today black thong and
So I spend probably definitely hundreds of dollars, definitely at least like $200 a month on lingerie.
Really? Oh,
It's
so
a
you-
little hard for me. I have a really small rib cage. Like my under boob area is only about like 26, 27
Oh, wow.
inches.
Okay.
So it can be a little challenging. Like ideally I want like a 28 band, and a lot of the companies that
Are
sell
we
that
referring to bras now?
Yes.
So the number
So
on
this
a
is technical.
the bra is a measurement of around your rib cage, and
Yeah,
then
like
the letter
under.
is the
I always
size
got
of the
that
cup.
confused, but my thing is just wear heels, stockings, a G-string, and we're good to go.
But she's explaining her
bra.
lingerie purchasing.
I
and
mean, yeah,
need you to-
exactly. I'm getting into the
Yeah.
So yeah, I do.
I don't like bras.
the
Big
night
deal.
before,
Kill me.
yeah, I never wear a push-up bra to work. I think that's very important when you greet someone at the door. You do not want to be wearing a bra that misrepresents what your cleavage looks like, because it's a little bait and switch, right?
right,
You know,
right,
you show up looking,
Yeah.
you've got like
woman of
double
integrity.
D's, and then
There's a tip for your kids.
Yeah. Don't lie, man. Just show the goods.
Yeah, so I prefer kind of like more like the stringy, kind of like lacy type of aesthetic with definitely, I always wear stockings and I always wear heels, although occasionally I take
Yes.
them off. I feel like my outfit, like I could go back to like a saloon in the gold rush era and fit in there. That's what I
okay,
mean by like
okay.
old school whore.
Nice.
What about
Oh,
all
yeah,
like
yeah.
those
Oh,
long
yeah.
dresses? They have those like stockings and belts that you have to tie, like 1,000 ties. What are they called? Help me.
No, I try to
Like
avoid
a
things that are going to be
bustle?
hard to take off.
That's exactly. Again, I'm breaking balls.
You mean a
What about-
corset?
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
things.
So I've had certain corsets that I can like take off easily, but yeah, if it's too difficult to take off, it's not going to be good to
Right.
work.
Who was it? The
in.
one guy goes, I want the picture that she's wearing that outfit. I go, no. He goes, why? I go, because it's a bra made out of chain, and it's like.
Oh, I have some of those.
To
yeah.
take that on and off is going to take her 20 minutes. Like
Yeah.
selective pieces are just more for
Just
decoration.
they're for
Yeah.
still images.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
one of my friends who was working in the industry, someone bought her like something from Asian Provocateur. You know, it's like super expensive. Apparently it costs like $8,000.
How much?
Like
Yeah.
$8,000 or something.
What a nice guy.
And so
Or
she
a nice
wanted
idiot,
to,
so one or the
so she
other.
wanted to wear it out to, to see him and whatnot, but she couldn't put it on herself. So I had to like go over in
Yes.
the morning and like do her up. And then I was like, what are you going to do after the call though?
Right?
She's like, I'm going to change it to something else.
So he paid $8,000 for like this. I know what you're
It's like a
saying. Tough thing
bustier,
to put
yeah,
on.
like-
$8,000's a lot of money, man. Like,
No,
for that.
Asian Provocateur is like the top notch. Like it's highly reputable. Like that's where celebrities get their lingerie.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
big
$8,000.
shit.
Do you wear the like the
Garters.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I sometimes wear a garter. I like the thigh highs that like stick to you. You
Yeah,
know what
those
I mean?
are the
technically,
simplest, yeah.
You don't actually need the garter.
even if you
but
had the garter-
it's aesthetically quite nice.
Even if you have
Yeah.
the garter, you don't even have to stick them. Just make them hang, just for like.
I don't like the hanging garter. That's
No?
No, I
too
don't like it
messy
either.
for me.
what's a hanging
I like
garter?
to look put
I'm
together.
such a pervert. I don't give a shit.
was a hanging garter versus a clippy garter?
Well, because if you
Wait,
clip it on,
I
it
don't like
takes
garters.
time again.
I'm gonna
okay.
have to get some names of places to get some lingerie from you because
Oh yeah,
Amazon?
for sure. Oh yeah, no,
Amazon.
I know a lot of good
no,
brands. Yeah.
I'm also a particular size.
I
but
like
not
Amazon.
in the same way.
No, I
12
have some
bucks.
like really good options. But yeah, it's definitely like a research project for me.
So
Do you shop for lingerie like online, or do you go to stores, like places that
Well,
better
these
represent
days,
your style?
yeah, a lot of it's online, which is tough because you have to like take all your measurements and then hope for the best, cross your
Yes,
fingers.
yeah, that's
Because
the
I
problem
never
with
return
clothes.
anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy.
me too.
like,
Yeah. Let it go.
But yeah, one really great place is Change,
Yeah.
which is on Queen Street. It's like a Swedish company, and they like specialize in having this like super like broad, set of sizes. Like goes down to like 28 and to like X or something in terms of cup size.
Have you ever
Okay.
had somebody bring you lingerie and it didn't fit?
Probably, for sure.
Yeah.
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 I do not encourage clients to bring me lingerie without asking me,
What your size
based
is.
on the brand, because like likely it's not going to fit. Like
How many toys have you gotten over the years?
lots of toys, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
All kinds, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like to have a good like one of those kind of like microphone vibrators, like the ones that kind of like have the kind of soft tip at the end or whatever.
Yes,
That's
the microphone. That's what it's called.
Well,
What?
Yeah, I know. They're skinny, then they have the thing, and then I got it. Yeah, the microphone is the one.
it's the one that people pretend is a back massager.
Yes, Amazon
some
does
version
that.
of
They're
that,
all
yeah,
good.
like the old school 70s,
Yeah.
whatever you call it, yeah.
In those, do you think that a guy, like if you use that, would be like feel like he's not doing the job?
No, I find that most men do not feel that because they enjoy it also, right? Like they're also enjoying the
Watching
you.
you.
They're getting
Yeah,
off
they're
on you
enjoying
getting
watching
off.
you, but they're also enjoying the vibration of the
Yeah.
vibrator.
Oh, you're using that
right?
thing on him?
No, but
no,
like
but
if
you
you're
use it on
using it on you,
yourself,
and
and
your
yeah.
body is in my body, my body is shaking,
Oh,
and
while
your
he's
body.
banging you, you have the thing there too.
Exactly,
Got
yeah.
it. You got the microphone microphone double.
Everything is coming together now.
I thought it was a warm-up tool.
I don't get these girls, man. Instead of just speaking what's going on, they're riddling me.
Right.
Now I got it. As he's banging, she's got the microphone there as well, and he feels good too.
Yeah.
Correct?
The vibration
yeah.
moves
Right.
through your body to their
But
body.
yeah, no, I haven't really encountered that. I think initially I maybe thought that like guys might be like, you know, intimidated if you're using a vibrator, but I think, yeah.
I've never
like,
had a girl do
they're-
that to me.
Really?
Yeah, really. And I've seen a few girls here and there.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done that. I don't know why.
I think it's sexy if a woman is confident enough to go, hey, listen, this is what I want, this is what I enjoy.
Well, I'm talking
We're gonna
about
try
like,
it.
not a
Especially-
girlfriend. I'm not talking
especially
a
if you're like in
girlfriend.
doggy, that's like the ideal position. right?
Doggy with
So
a.
yeah, like, so you're. You
I know what
like
doggy
in a-
is, love.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
I know what doggy. It's one of the. Yeah, I like the.
you've done this.
Oh, you've done that one before? You
I
wild
tried
man.
it before once about 10 years ago, I think. But no, the whole toy thing while you're banging I've never seen anybody pull it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe I'm that
I'm
good.
surprised. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They just don't-
Maybe I'm that good.
Right. Is there? Do you have a position preference? You brought up doggy. Is that?
Everybody does. Sure. Tell us. Be honest.
Be honest, I like a variety of positions. I'm like quite acrobatic, you
Oh,
know,
gosh.
like
Yeah.
I like to try out, and it really depends on like also like the dick, right, and like the contours and bends of this particular cock.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to try out, I think a lot of positions and find the one that's ideal in the circumstances.
So like but if you had the ideal dick, what would you him to bang you? Doggy on top?
Trapeze.
Yeah, leg up in the air, other leg in the other leg in the
Trampoline.
Yeah, I do
Stirrups.
like acrobatic type of positions, So I do
Give
like
me give us a
you
name
know-
of it. Just
Yeah.
call it. Is it called like what? Like or
What's it
tell us
called?
what trapeze like.
What is trapeze? Can you?
I have no
explain this
idea.
to
Reimer
me?
said it. I have
Okay,
no
is
idea.
it an actual?
I'm just
sex
throwing it out there. Who
position?
knows? I
Have
enjoy
you
the
ever heard of
circus.
a
I'm a
lawnmower?
cabaret fan.
No, what's a lawnmower?
I don't know. I heard it on the guy. As you're pushing the lawnmower, and you grab your legs. I lift you up, and you're holding on there, and I'm just like, man. I don't know.
like the
I like
wheelbarrow.
to be kind of like bent
Wheelbarrow.
into like a position with like my
pretzel.
legs kind of behind me.
That's the
like
pretzel.
I'm into that one.
A girl told me that I did that one. The pretzel. It's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You're very
Yeah.
exposed. Yes,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
You've done it, or the girl's done it while you were doing it.
No, she demonstrated because not too many
experienced it.
girls can put their legs behind their head.
Right? And then
I
scratch
guess
their
they
eyebrows.
could, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible.
I can't do both at the same time. Now I've got goals. Now I've got something to work
Well,
towards.
she called it the pretzel, and I go, I get it. Yeah, unless she put the heads behind. So that's okay.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. I like it a lot.
Right?
There you go.
It's good to get a
I
midday
like to feel
stretch in.
I like to feel little. You know what I mean? Like I
You
like
are
being
little.
like bent into like so I feel like kind of just like.
Do you like a
little
big
and
man?
small. I like a big man, but I'm like pretty
I'm asking
small,
this 'cause
like
of me now, like a
myself.
pervert.
Like a burly, like a big burly man or a big tall.
I like variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like, I like to see, I wouldn't want to see like all like big burly men, right? Like if every client that came to see me was like a big burly man, I think I'd be like,
It'd be a long day.
So
I
I'm
have
not.
this. I-
There goes my chances.
I want,
Fuck.
You gotta get
I want a variety of individuals. I've always been into that. Even
Variety is
when I was,
always
like,
good.
young,
A variety, like a box
Yeah.
of chocolates, right? You don't only just want to eat whatever. You want a whole different channel. What are they called? Tastes? Just don't eat the ones with the strawberry
Variety
in them. I
pack.
hate those
Yeah, the
ones.
strawberries are horrible.
Those ones are
Ew.
worse,
But
but
the
yeah.
cherry, you mean the cherry one?
Cherry,
No, you're right.
strawberry.
No, you're
Any
right.
kind
It's
of
both
fruit.
cherry and
Yeah.
strawberry.
Yeah.
Also orange.
Yeah, any kind of
Yeah,
yeah,
orange
yeah.
is the worst. I
Yo,
don't get with that.
yo,
I like the
Fuck.
chocolate with chocolate.
Fuck a chocolate orange. When
Oh,
they
the
give
truffle.
you, like at Christmas,
Awesome.
somebody always
Yeah.
gives me one, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No Terry's chocolate orange balls to the
No,
studio,
no
please.
orange balls for me.
How about
No
this
orange
question?
balls.
And this is like a serious
Or blue
question.
ones.
Do you prefer
Yeah.
when a guy, like if he books an hour, do you like when he bangs for an hour, or do you like when he comes 5 times? Because I've heard this again. This is a true. Because I asked people. Some girls, I can't stand when he goes the whole day. Like he goes the whole session and he comes right at the last second.
Oh.
And he purposely does that. And I'm like,
Oh,
why?
Effie.
I would want to come as many times as I can to feel good, right?
Well, not everybody can come one in a row. Some people have like a long refractory period.
Yeah, but like I think her description was they purposely do it.
I mean, if you've booked for an hour, I don't see any problem with you fucking for
Fucking
the whole
for the
hour
hour.
and then like coming
Oh,
at once.
no,
As long
okay.
as, but my fear would be if we're getting in like in my mind,
I don't think I was
have an
trying-
internal clock, and if we're getting down to 5 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to like, you know
Push
what I
him out the
mean?
door.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, I really wasn't trying to push like to say get the guy rid of the guy. I'm just saying like, do you like when they do that, or do you like when they like come more than once and enjoy? Like, what do you think is a better way to be a client, in your opinion?
I don't know. I mean, I would say, honestly, the bulk of my clients these days that book for an hour only come once, and we start off slow and then kind of like build into something like, and I like that. Like, to me, I would say like probably that's like what's like most intuitive to me.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair.
That said, I don't, I kind of, like I said, like I make out with the guy at the
No,
beginning,
there's no
get a
rule
sense
of
of what he wants, and I can kind of tell at that point usually if that person is going to come like twice or 3 times. Like, if you want to come a bunch of times, we're gonna have to like,
Let's pick up the
work
pace.
at like a quick pace.
Let's go, Johnny.
Like,
Move it, Johnny.
the
Move it, move it, move it.
The cadence of this experience is gonna have to, like be
What
a bit
about the
different.
blowjob? This whole deep throat thing. Like, how long do you like? Would you be like, okay, enough, buddy? That's enough. Or do you just-
No. It's never
Never enough.
Although, you know what's funny? The other day, I had this guy for an hour and a half, like 90 minutes.
Lordy.
And I had been like sucking his cock for, I'm sure about like 30 minutes at this point.
Straight?
Yeah, and he was like,
I've
really
never got
into
a
it,
30-minute
and
blowjob.
I was like, I could do this for the whole 90 minutes, and he's like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, like I sucked his cock for the whole 90 minutes.
I fucking love you.
Wow.
I fucking
I'm
love
pretty
you.
sure he came with like 5 minutes on the clock, and then that was enough time.
So literally,
for him
you
to
were
shower,
sucking
so.
the dick 90 minutes.
You didn't
Yeah,
fuck
I got
at all.
really into it. It was like a really like,
Was it sloppy and everything?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like over the course of 90 minutes, you're gonna have to.
No, I like details. Nothing's obvious with me.
You
I
were
need
gonna
details.
have to get artistic at that point. So yeah, I mean, it was sloppy at times and like faster at times and slower at times.
And for 90 minutes,
there were,
that guy was one selfish motherfucker.
Did he faint?
Did you you guys didn't fuck at all?
No.
It was
Yeah,
just-
I was just like, he was like, yeah, this feels really good. And I was like, yeah, I could suck your cock for the whole 90 minutes. He's like, yeah, that sounds good. So,
You know what?
that's
As
what
a man,
we
I'm
did.
thinking, how do you distract yourself for that whole time?
For me, nobody's ever done it like longer than 20 minutes. I'm
Like-
really
Yeah.
pissed off right now what I'm hearing.
Was there like music on or TV on or was there
No.
anything else? You were just
All
focused
the-
on that.
the only
there was no
suction.
music or TV.
I can't
Yeah,
even
I
make
actually
suction.
don't. Yeah, I don't play music or anything like that, and certainly I wouldn't want the television on because I can't deal with like the
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah, we
I
don't
need
need
to
that.
be like focused on the task.
In the
at
news
hand.
today.
We need the Golf Channel on, very faint, and a lot of suction.
I've had that. I worked at another agency where we always had like the radio on, and then sometimes like a news story would come on that
Oh,
was
God.
like
Guy dies on the
particularly-
401
and I'm like
today,
in the middle
big
of like
accident.
sucking the guy's cock, and I'm like, oh wow, that's
Wow,
really
wow.
that's what's
That was a big accident on the 401. Take a break, buddy. Wait up. What that was?
so yeah, no news for me. Yeah.
So the 90 minutes, no problem. You weren't tired, like no jaw issues, nothing.
I mean, like I said, like I can tap into my like masochistic tendencies,
Fuck
and
yeah. Legend.
just
Again, I'm gonna go
Legend,
keep
yeah.
repeating that word. Legend. 90-minute blowjobs. Fuck me.
yeah, no, it was good though. I enjoyed myself.
I believe it. I believe it.
I did a good job.
I'm actually never very envious of things.
But you're jealous now.
Very. Because I, like she said
Who are
earlier,
these people you've been seeing?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
suck your cock for 90
We're all-
minutes. like,
nobody. Like in my real personal life, nobody's ever done that. Like,
No. Ditto.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I've never. I might do that for a paycheck, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
In
it for
real
anybody in my
Yeah.
personal life.
yeah, I think it would be
I've done it for a
unreasonable
paycheck,
to.
given a paycheck, but I still never got it for 90 minutes. I don't know, but it's. Yeah, I've never, like you were saying earlier, there's always somebody prettier, somebody better, whatever.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Like somebody's got more money than me, whatever. But now I'm jealous of that 90-minute blowjob. That's the first time I'm jealous right now. Because I've never gotten one, and I'm really pissed off.
Oh my god!
You should just ask
well,
for
what-
one.
Let's
Just
shift
ask
the
one.
focus. We don't need
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
do
let's
that.
move on from
90-minute
here.
blowjob, then I'll stop.
But we're not doing it now.
We're not doing it. Yeah,
I
it's-
know we're not doing
not
it,
the
guys.
type of
Listeners,
podcast.
This is a podcast. This is not.
Do you ever?
What's it called? Adult
We
movie.
should post this on Pornhub.
Yeah, we should. We got a new Pornhub channel.
That's right, Pornhub. We're coming for you guys. We're gonna.
But overall, it seems that life is good.
Oh, my life is excellent. Yeah, especially lately. I would say
You're very happy. I could
2020
tell.
is going amazing for me.
For you, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
even with
great
all
say.
this-
I'm so happy that you said that because so many people are so, like even myself, I'm like, this year could have been a lot better regarding even our podcast because we had to deal with the issues that were going on around us, like the non-controllable things, right? And for you to say it's all going great, that's great to hear.
great.
That's great to hear.
Now it is. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the first 2 months of the lockdown were horrible for me. I just spent it like alone in my
Like
apartment.
everybody did, love.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Yeah.
Don't think you're the only one. Yeah,
Do
everybody.
you have a My OnlyFans?
I do not know. That's
Oh.
I try to post on Twitter once a week. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
OnlyFans, buddy.
once we-
I'm not a big fan. Like it's.
You're
I mean,
a
I'm in
busy
favor
woman.
of like anybody who, any platform that like allows sex workers to recoup as much of their earnings as possible in terms of like the time that they're spending. You know, I'm in favor of.
Nothing
and
wrong with it, yeah.
OnlyFans is
Yeah.
great for that. Like I think they get like
Been very supportive.
80%.
Yeah.
Which is really good. Like it's way better than what you would make as a porn performer, or obviously like.
Do you know what a
with
porn
e-porn.
performer makes per scene?
Well, they make a certain amount per scene, but then they have no rights to that in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
future.
I
They
already
have
know the
no
numbers. Do you know the
copyrights, right?
numbers?
I mean, I think it depends on the individual. I think some people get paid more than others.
Yeah, for sure.
$1,000 a scene.
But it's like a one-time payment.
Exactly. It's a
right?
ripoff.
And
Why
then
would you do it?
All the copyright is owned by
The
people
owner.
that made the video.
But today's a little bit different because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lana Rhodes, for example, I used this example before. She's 21. She's worth $20 million today because she has 1
crazy.
million followers on Instagram, OnlyFans. This didn't exist before.
Is she worth that much money though? Or is that like some like estimate in the future of how much
No,
she
no,
could
because her
make?
OnlyFans subscribers is just enough for how much does that add up to every month?
Yeah.
She gets $30 a month from how many people? And then she releases a video. How many people buy it?
Yeah,
Those
as
are
long
true
as,
numbers.
as long as OnlyFans stays
Right.
viable for adult performers,
I think
right?
it is, yeah.
Because we saw that with like Patreon, we saw that with Tumblr, where like originally it was like mainly adult, like explicit content, and then as people started to get onto the platform that were making non-adult
And that's the part that I was gonna say, I'm not a fan of OnlyFans.
They kicked off all the
fakers.
adult performers
Yeah.
because it
Well,
was
Marty
more
Brinks
advantageous for
quit
them.
porn. She's a Toronto girl, top 10. Like every
Mm-hmm.
scene you can think of, gangbangs, anals, whatever. She quit OnlyFans only. She goes, I made more money in the first day than I made 6 months doing porn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's a
that's
Toronto, and she
positive.
goes, I only do it with my boyfriend or husband, whatever.
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't get my, because she was like literally going for the whole deal. You know what I mean? Like gangbang, like by 10 guys and.
And like it's really the performer that's actually like creating value, right? Like who cares about the person that's like recording this, right?
Nobody,
like they're
yeah.
not like directing things or anything. It's
Yeah.
like the performers that are really like making this, such that people want to watch
Do
it.
you think a lot of gentlemen visit you with Viagra and stuff and like enhance, like, you know?
I hope they take their Viagra if that's something that.
But do you see
is
the
helpful to
difference?
them.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
I think the one thing I do not want to hear
Is a
is
a
you're
limp
so
dick?"
hot, I didn't take my Viagra today.
No, have you heard that?
What?
Yeah. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be really hard.
Because of
but
what?
I'll get through
Yeah,
it. Like, we'll
yeah.
make it work.
What happens in that
It's
situation?
just-
Do you
Is it easier for you if they take Viagra?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, for
Well,
sure. Like
hard
if you're
dicks
if
is
you're
just,
if you're
yeah.
experiencing, those type of things, which are like supernatural and like
Right.
lots of people experience at like different ages and whatnot for different reasons.
Sure,
But yeah,
stress.
that particular comment, "You're so hot, I didn't take my Viagra," is like
That's crazy.
this is going to be
Wow.
really hard.
What about this one to top your comment? I'm waiting here in the parking lot patiently. I'm having a Snickers bar and I just took my Viagra. And I'm like,
Excellent.
all right, man, go
I'm
for it.
into that.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
for
exactly
sure.
what he told me. And I'm like, okay, good for you. She'll be ready in 5. I don't know what I said. I don't know.
How long does it take the Viagra to kick in?
It's like fast acting. Viagra is like fast acting, whereas like Cialis is the kind of like you take it and it lasts for like longer, but it's not quite as hard on your heart and stuff like
That's
that.
the key.
Oh.
Yeah. It takes, it's like a 3-day thing, but like Viagra is like in 20 minutes, you could have a dick that's like ready to.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. If you do not need Viagra, do not take it.
Kids are
because
taking it
you
today.
will have your dick will be hard for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah, young kids
At
are
a certain
taking
point,
it.
it will be a problem for you.
Okay.
And then your dick
I've
won't
always
get hard
heard-
after.
I've always heard like in the commercials say if you have an erection lasting longer than 5 hours, consult your doctor. I thought it's just a brag.
No,
No.
no.
Hey, you wouldn't believe this.
that's
My
it.
dick is still hard 5 hours later.
I know guys.
And
who,
do you want to go to the doctor with that problem?
What do you-
I know guys who
It's
take
a little
Viagra
awkward.
to do lift weights because your blood's pumping and they do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
That's not good.
It's not for your heart. But
No.
yeah, that's just they don't get it, but they do. Yeah, they take it just for that.
Well, nowadays, somebody told me, it was like a client, that you can like buy this. There's like a website called like Maple, where you can just kind of like text them or like, I don't know, message with them.
And
or
they'll bring you
something.
Viagra?
Well, they'll send it to your local pharmacy, like the prescription, but you don't have to so you don't have to like go to your doctor and actually like
Those are
have
fake.
that
Those are fake.
conversation.
I don't believe that because you need a prescription. Those are fake.
No, you actually talk to a doctor. It's just that you like text with the doctor.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Doctor who? Dr. Bob?
Dr.
Interesting.
Bob, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I would actually, if you're going to go see somebody and you're an older person or you have an issue, I would take a Viagra right away. Why would you waste like you said, go there and not be able to perform?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good for both of you. As long as your heart can handle it. Let's do it.
Your heart. Everybody. So we need a win-win situation here.
Let's all do some Viagra.
I'm good. I'm good.
I remember going.
I'm okay. Yeah, my sex drive is like
You
sufficient.
guys don't.
I remember going to Aruba, and they have like a little town, like because it's a Dutch colony, and there's like it's legal prostitution. And I took a half of Viagra, and we were drinking and everything. My head became so red. Like I thought I was freaking out because like all the blood pressure like goes to your my head, not my dick.
Right.
And I was like panicking there for a second. I'm like, this better go away. I think there was a bad combo with the booze. Anyways,
Yeah.
it passed after, and whatever we did. There's no reason for me to tell you about that. But but yeah, you just can't take that shit and fucking
Have I heard, is there a lady Viagra? Is there...
for
Yeah,
what? To get
I
their
think there's like some off-label use of Viagra, and then I think there might also be like some sort of medication for like women that are
To get wet?
experiencing- to get like more aroused, like
Yeah.
just to like have more blood flow to that particular area. I think is the idea.
blood flow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's like like part of arousal,
Just
right?
drink a bottle of wine.
I think that actually like might
It
inhibit blood
inhibits,
flow.
yeah.
For the girl,
I'm not a
I know the
scientist,
guy, it
but I
fucks them up
suspect.
if you drink a lot. The girl, I thought it makes them they're ready to go.
No, I think they're just a little more relaxed. I don't think the actual like arousal process. I think
Fuck,
is
I'm
definitely.
so
impeded.
uneducated on all this shit. I thought I was smart.
Well, you are, but maybe
It's
not
okay,
on
you're
this
not a
particular subject.
scientist. Like,
Well, I just thought girls, if they have a few drinks, they loosen up, they're good to go, right? But I
No,
didn't-
no, no,
no.
no,
no,
no.
that's
No?
Sometimes women like a conversation.
About what? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk, Effie? Let's talk.
The economy.
I love to talk. Yeah, like how's the agricultural sector going on?
I don't know, but they'll go, I don't know. Let's talk silver. I don't know. We could talk. But again, after that talk, the 90 minutes got to come into play.
What is it called?
So we'll go
I
two.
didn't do a lot of talking with that.
So
cock
2
in my
hours
mouth.
you
No,
book,
hard.
and then you talk silver, gold for 30 minutes, and then 90 minutes.
Do sometimes you get men who just like talking, like just having a
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Yeah,
Like
I get
stimulating
the talkers,
conversation?
and probably that's like my biggest downfall is like sometimes I get like a little bit too excited talking to people, and I mean, of
good.
course,
There's
if they-
nothing wrong with that.
If they just like remind me, I will, like quickly go back to other activities. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely get talking.
Other activities like what? Squash? Like what are you? Volleyball? What?
Yeah, squash, volleyball.
You're the legend. You have to tell us
Respectable
the other. You
things.
have to tell us what the other things are.
Golf.
Like the
So
dirty
here's
talk?
a question. Do you?
Oh yeah, I love dirty talk. So like, if
Oh.
I love people that like dirty talking because I'm like a total pervert, and it's like I just want to like one up them, right? So like we'll be talking about fucking baby skulls in no time.
What are you
right?
talking about? What did you say?
Oh my God.
Can I just, yeah, that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, I just like I love it. It's so much fun, and like that's one of the fun
Give
things
me an
about
example of somebody what he says to you, and then how you counter him. Like what does he
Okay,
say?
so
Something
what-
bad
so
to
you-
you? Like
so
what does
you
he
start.
say?
I
This
guess.
seems like a good activity.
Yeah, exactly. You,
Yeah.
you want to start?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna
basically,
role
what? Like
play.
you're banging whatever. He goes, I like fucking you, you fucking whore.
Yeah, you like fucking whores? You like dirty little sluts sucking your cock?
Fuck me. Yes, I do very, very much. You fucking dirty bitch.
I've been such a bad girl. I think I need you to discipline me.
Ugh. So I could slap you on the butt, nice.
Yeah.
Choke you a little bit.
I think I deserve that.
Oh,
But I think I'm going to enjoy it too much.
Lord have mercy, listeners. Lord have mercy on our souls. That's just the beginning, but we're gonna stop because I don't know.
But I will like keep going there. Like
That's
Wow.
she's fucking like she can blow my. Anyways, forget about it.
It got warm in. Is it got warm in here? Did it get
Yeah,
warm in here?
Yeah, like did you see the? Like,
Sabrina kind
everyone
of needed to
take
sit down in
my
her chair a little bit. She was like,
well, I'm
yes.
listening. Like, okay, I better stop because I can't keep the flow up with this. Like this, she's good for you.
Yeah.
Props.
No, but I love it. In some ways, that's like a really fun thing about working in the sex industry because you can like say shit that like maybe you'd be like a little embarrassed to say with your partner, you know, but you're like, oh yeah, fuck it. I don't need to see this person again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you just said there, like that was pretty. Like, yeah, I could see that you're not.
Oh yeah, like I'm like
you're
a
into
huge
it.
pervert. So
Right. Spanking
that's
or paddling?
Paddling?
both.
What's a paddle? Like with
I
a
like
whip?
both, but to be honest, I prefer a belt.
Yes.
Oh.
Me too.
Yeah, that's like I just feel like that sensation. There's like something that's like it's kind of like stinging and like soft at the same time.
Right.
So.
Stinging over.
The only thing is you got to be careful with who, right? Because if you
Yeah,
don't know the
obviously.
person too well, you know, like I never give that person that trust unless you really know him.
Yeah, and like with clients, obviously, like no marks, like.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
again, you have to make sure they actually oblige, like listen.
Yeah.
There's a
And I do
conversation.
remember one particular client
Because
who
yeah,
was notorious.
I don't want people to hear
Yeah.
you say this interview. Then all of a sudden they're going, "Oh, she likes the belt." Next thing you know, listeners,
No, that's saved for my, you know, like truly
Per-
intimate
There's
interaction.
an
There
art
needs
to
to
spanking
be.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't just like start paddling, smacking, and banging all
Well,
over
it's
the place.
easy if you have a big hand. For number one, like me, I get away with it very easily because my one hand covers usually her ass cheek is like pretty much covered.
Yes.
And the girls like ass massages. You like ass massage?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love a good ass massage.
You
for sure.
like ass massages, Sabrina?
Of course.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Stupid question.
What am I, an idiot?
Yeah, you're right. Stupid question.
I mean, I like any massage.
Exactly. Like,
You want to show up and give me a massage? Like
You know-
I'm totally.
You
I've
can
got
rub
like
my
baby
earlobes.
oil with me. Like we're, you know.
You know, one thing I never got is the
Fine.
foot fetish thing. You guys, what do you have on that? Like, what is that
I don't
about?
get a lot of foot fetish people. I do get a lot of people that want to like suck on my toenails, and so I do always make sure like I'm well manicured and pedicured.
They want to suck your feet?
Yeah, it is actually like a pleasant sensation. I would describe it as such.
Yeah, I
kind of
just
like-
never. I know a lot of people love that stuff, but I just don't get the idea of it.
You know, yeah.
Can you rub the dick with your feet, like
I have
Such
definitely
job?
done that.
all the
yes.
way to come it to make the guy come?
Yes, I've definitely
Fuck.
done that.
What-
but it's a little challenging because I
It
don't
is.
know. That's not something that I do very often, so I'm always afraid. It also reminds me. I had a few like trampoline clients that were like into me kind of like
Trampling?
walking on them.
Yes, Lordy.
And
like they were lying on their stomach and you would walk on their back?
yeah, that was usually like
Yeah.
a thing. But they were like, yeah, you're doing a really good job. But my problem was that like I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't really sure like what the
The
you know what I mean?
boundaries are?
yeah, like it kind of felt like I was like dancing, like doing, you know, like yoga / like ballet on their backs and like they were enjoying themselves, but I was like a little unsure of like whether I was doing it properly just because I didn't really completely understand.
Do they want you to kick them in the
Right.
balls, like that ball busting?
No.
I've watched the video on that. I don't know how to get these guys. These girls are lining up and kicking field goals.
What?
Oh my God.
That's
No, this is different.
I know,
This is like
I know,
more
I'm just
of like
fucking with you.
it's more of a walking massage.
it's more
no,
of like a
it feels really nice to have somebody walk on your back.
The
Like,
Asian,
Yeah.
that's one place. They have the bar on the ceiling. They hold it and they walk on your back. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the foot massage with your feet to do like that,
foot
like
job.
a
Oh,
hand
yeah.
job, foot
Yeah.
style, you have to have good toes.
yes. Yeah. You need to be perfectly pedicured.
you have to be dexterous with your
And
with
dexterous.
Yeah,
your
and
toes.
it was like I've tried it. Like this one girl, she doggy style she is, and she grabs it with her feet and she does like up, down. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
But you got to have that skill.
Yeah.
Right. Is there any kinks that surprise you?
No, because like I said, like
Oh,
I'm like
she's
a
a perv.
complete like sexual deviant, so nothing really surprises me. And in fact, I've had clients. I remember like a couple of people who were like very insistent on like knowing kind of like what I fantasized about, and then I told them, and they
They're
were like,
"Wow."
They were like, "That's really disturbing." I was like, "Well, why did you ask me?"
Wait. So what's an example of a fantasy then?
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? That's a good. Oh, I want to hear this too.
We pause for 1 sec so I can change 2 quick batteries.
Yeah.
Stand by.
This is a good question. It's a good question.
Fill up the bottle of the glass, babe. Don't worry. It was Greek time. We were supposed to have Greek dinner today. Then all the restaurants closed. I was telling her we were gonna have dinner after.
Oh.
Well, I told her this 2 weeks ago. Who knew it was going to shut down?
I did.
Well,
Yeah, I know. You were saying it too. But
Well, I had a feeling, but I didn't think it. And it was continuing. Ask your question again.
are we ready?
Yeah.
oh, my sexual fantasies.
Ryan,
They're
ask
all,
the
like,
question.
so,
We
they're
pick
all
up
so
from there.
disturbing.
Oh, I just changed batteries. You're good to go. We're
Pick
still
up the
Oh.
question from there.
Yeah. So tell us about one of your fantasies that might be a little bit too edgy.
So, I
not
mean,
sure. I
I
wanna
guess
hear
like
that too.
my sexual
Yeah.
fantasies like are all like very kind of like dominance and submissive oriented types of things. They kind of vary. I'm not super into kind of like dungeon type stuff. Like it's just not. I think like largely just because like that's not the type of literature that I'm into.
Literature. Are you with the porn magazines again?
No, not
Jesus
porn
Christ.
magazines.
She's
She's well educated. I'm fucking
intellectual.
around.
Books.
Okay.
I think
We know she's educated. I know, and I do that on purpose.
I know.
she's a
It's okay,
septitarian.
don't worry,
Is that right?
I'm-
Septitarian?
I'm definitely not trying to
I
be
don't
a
know what
ball
that is.
breaker.
Intellectually
Well, actually, I
stimulated?
am.
oh yeah.
Continue the fantasy. I'm sorry to interrupt with my
Yes.
stupidness.
So they all kind of center on like dominance and submission. I'm pretty into humiliation, like kind of especially like very like cerebral kind of like smart humiliation.
Like being
To be-
humiliated or
Yeah.
humiliating them?
I mean, I can go both ways. Like, definitely, like my own sexuality leans like much more towards the submissive
Yes,
side.
I see this.
Yeah. So I think we discussed like dog crates. Like, I feel like that's like a super like.
I put you in a cage for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Like crate.
I had a girl who
training.
told me this. Yeah, she was in a cage for 3 days. She loved it.
What?
Anyways, yeah.
Go
Did
on.
she get? I'm assuming that she got.
Bad-
She had a black. She had a black master. She had a black card and a brand new truck because she was like the guy's, whatever you call her, sugar daddy. But his thing was put her in a cage for 3 days, tired of the bed, whatever. But she had a black card and a. I don't know.
I could do it other than the going to the bathroom thing. Like you're gonna have to let me
Yeah.
out to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. It was she had to stay there for 3 days, and he, you know.
Well, you have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, no. I mean, like even if you have a puppy, you're gonna let it out to go to the
Right,
washer,
exactly.
right?
You gotta stretch
so
it.
like,
Oh,
you know.
supposedly there was a lot of Xanax and a cage. That's the way that one worked out. But anyway, so you like that?
There's no Xanax in my
No,
fantasy.
I'm just giving you my little history on what I was told.
Yeah,
But
so
that's
I,
something
so
that
I
you would
like
like.
psychological domination. Like I want someone who's like smart and can think of like those kind of like like super triggering things.
But not
that-
degrading, like to yell, like to insult you.
See,
Well,
I don't mind like
humiliating.
if there's like I mean I definitely like insult and stuff like that, but it has to be like mixed into something smart. It can't just be like somebody like yelling like vitriol at you or something like
Okay,
that.
how
Like,
about
that's
this?
not
How
gonna
about
do it
this
for you. If You're
scenario?
just like, oh, your son like dirty whore. I need like
Yeah.
a little bit more of a plot to go along with.
How about this deal? 5 o'clock every day you come, I come to your house, and every time I come to your
Is
house.
this an offer? Or
No. This is what this girl
Okay.
again told me. And she was late to go to a Blue Jay game. And I go, what the fuck's going on? Why are you late? We were going to a game. I never knew this part about her. She goes, and she told me. And she goes, at 5 o'clock, he drives to my house. And all he does is call me a dirty whore, a cunt, this and that. And he gives me $150.
Wow.
For 15 minutes. I'm like,
For
wow.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
And wait a
Send
second,
him my
all he
number.
does is say this?
Yeah,
Like there's
she
like
gets in his
nothing
car.
else involved?
That's why she was late for the Blue Jay game. He gets
That's
in-
it? Like
She gets in the car and he just looks at her and he goes, "You fucking whore, you fucking bitch, blah 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 blah," and then she leaves and that's it.
That's a great gig.
I could do that, yeah,
would love
for
that.
sure.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it was
I'm
kind of
into it.
fucked up.
Well, I mean, as long like maybe he has somebody in his life that he needs to say these things to.
Well, he
and
was
can't-
married,
Yeah,
whatever. But
exactly.
again,
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously he can't say this shit to his wife, so he's gonna like displace his anger onto somebody that he's paying.
man. See, I'm a
Or
crazy.
maybe,
I'm a
he just,
pervert
like,
too.
or maybe
but
he's just like
I-
kind of like a sadist and he just like needs that opportunity to, like
Yeah.
exhibit that aspect of his personality that he can't do in the rest
Well,
of
I'm
his
a
life.
pervert, but I kind of feel that that's a little too much when you go to that level. Like to like just like talk to somebody like that, like.
I mean, yeah, you need a certain degree
Maybe
of
once a
trust,
week, okay,
right?
but like not every day on the clock, like 5 o'clock. Like, let's be there. Hey, where are you?
I mean, that might be
Yeah,
challenging
I
given
could
like
live
the,
off of that. Like if somebody came to my house
So
every
you're
day to
cool
give
with
me
that.
100.
Everything else
You
I
just
see
be like,
about-
oh yeah, I'm a dirty fucking whore.
When I
Yeah.
say 90-minute
Worthless piece
blowjobs,
of shit.
Sabrina's ready to chew my head off. But
I was not in any way ready to chew your head off. I'm just saying that's not something that I could pull off without a fee.
okay, That's fair.
It's a long time to suck
It's a
someone's
long
cock
time to
for
suck
it,
a dick.
for sure.
Again, that's
I was
why I
thinking
found
that
it so
30 minutes
intriguing.
in, I was like, oh, I just asked for that shit, so I guess
But that's
I'm gonna
why
have
I
to
was
deliver.
so intrigued. But the yelling, the insulting to the person face to face is a little bit much for a guy like me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a nice guy.
You gotta,
Jury's still up.
Nobody's seen my face. We're not on video here, but I made a weird face.
Do you ever find, because you are very demure and soft spoken, like you could be the little sex kitten, but do you ever do you ever have to play the dominant role?
Yeah,
How do
so
you feel
I
about that?
definitely, especially, you know when I found this the most? I was working in New York City, in Manhattan, and that's when I got the most. There's all these like
Power
Ivy
guys.
League, all these Ivy League graduates who like worked in finance that wanted me to dominate them. And I remember one guy showed up and he wanted to be like my slave. Like he wanted to like, and he also came to Toronto frequently for business, and he wanted to like clean my apartment. He also, this is really funny, he wanted to like serve
Serve
me
your
food
pussy.
and like sit in the
Exactly.
corner while I ate with my partner. And I'm an idiot. I actually asked my partner if he was okay with that. He wasn't.
Well,
I thought it was a great deal though. I was like amazing, and he paid me like New York rates.
I
But
can
then
imagine.
he also like threw more money at
there was
me.
no fucking, right?
No, I just like kind of like flicked his penis. Like he wanted me to be like his goddess. There was like, I thought it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
That's a big thing now, mistresses, right? Like guys like that.
Goddesses, yeah.
Yeah, they want you to treat them like what you're just describing.
But yeah, I had a lot of like
never
a
knew
lot
about
of
clean
a
your
lot of.
What's a
apartment.
goddess? I'm confusing. You're
dominatrix.
confusing mistress and goddess. What's the?
So the goddess is like somebody. So like all my advertising was very like light and airy and ethereal and everything, you know. Like so, I never would have thought that somebody wanted to be my like slave or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't like, you know what I mean. I wasn't like projecting that sort of like image that you associate with being a dominatrix. But this like goddess thing is like they just kind of like worship you, and then they get like the occasional kind of like token of appreciation.
Flick their dick.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little touching here and there.
oh, I could get very on board with that.
And yeah, it was. I thought it was amazing, but I'm
How
not
did the
gonna lie.
apartment cleaning come
that
in?
Well, yeah, he wanted to clean my apartment, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not the.
Did he do a good job?
cleanest. No, it never happened. It
Oh.
turns out he ended up being like kind of just like a time waster. So when he did come, he would pay me a lot.
So why is
Like,
he a
would
time
be-
waster then?
Well, he was just like unreliable, and then I
Because
think
he didn't clean your apartment, but he paid you a lot.
Well, at other
Wouldn't he,
times
like,
he would like
cancel
book an
appointments and
appointment and
shit?
cancel.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
And it was
okay,
just like it'd be like at the time, especially like you know, I was like extremely
count-
busy.
yeah, you're
I was
count- yeah,
working
yeah,
on my
yeah,
own.
yeah.
I was extremely busy, and like it was just like I was gonna make more money just like booking other more
Yes,
reliable
I
people than
understand.
him.
Okay, yeah.
But he really, oh yeah, he wanted a pair of my shoes. He wanted to take me shoe shopping at Michael's. Is that what that? It's like closed now, but
not sure.
whatever in Yorkville.
Yeah, it's on Bay Street. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, Bay, Yorkville, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and in Manhattan, I had a lot of like these like Ivy League educated guys in finance that wanted me to dominate them. And like, because I'm kind of submissive, I thought it was like pretty easy for me to do.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of just like think about like yourself and like, you know, figure out like what they want. But I did always find it a little curious because like I'm just such a like small kind of little
Yeah.
blonde woman.
But
Yeah,
they just
that-
like it because I think they're so powerful in their daily job. They just want somebody to,
Put them in their
Yeah.
place.
yeah, straight like the money humiliation.
Like nobody says no. If you're surrounded by yes men and you're sick of getting yes to death,
It's-
it's like I
you
want
need-
somebody to tell me no hard.
And on FetLife, there are people that they do financial domination.
I was just about to say that.
They like
That's,
literally just collect money. So men just send them money.
How did they send?
And they
how did they
humiliate
ask for it? Tell me
them.
how
Wait,
they
what
asked
is it
for it.
called?
Financial domination.
Oh,
So they're like, and a lot of them like will like advertise themselves on FetLife as like goddesses. So like more kind of like my type of person. They don't look like, you know, the traditional kind of dominatrix. And they're just like, yeah, financial domination. Like you send me, you know.
But say how they advertise it, because I know an example of how they do it. Tell me what you've read, how they ask.
I mean, I feel like it kind of like differs. Like some of them are smarter than others. Like I think that the people that are like really smart about it, like put like enough kind of information about them and then also are able to create kind of like a narrative about the humiliation and domination that's going to be involved in this relationship such that people are, you know, like really latched into
Oh, that's
it.
very detailed. I heard the one girl go, "You have $100. Why is it in your pocket, you fucking loser? It should be in my pocket."
No.
I
And the
just
guy
think,
gives it to her.
I think that's lazy. So like I respect
Lazy,
people
but
that
it works.
I mean, if it does work, yeah. If like people
Well, I
are just
don't know
gonna
if it
send
works,
you
but
money
I
for
believe
free,
it.
like who wouldn't want that, right?
Right.
Like,
And they don't do anything to
No,
receive
I
this
just
money.
insult you.
they just send them humiliating. Like I think the people that I know that I've followed and stuff, like they just kind of send them humiliating. I'm sure they're canned messages, right?
Yeah.
They just copy and paste it in.
The message is not even phone calls or like in person or.
No,
I think
just
we're-
you get
nobody
you get an
wants to
email
talk
about what
anymore.
like a piece of fucking
Yeah.
loser shit you are.
Yeah.
Send me $150 or buy something off of my wish list.
You
If
don't
any of our listeners want to be humiliated, send us a DM, find us on Twitter.
We're into it.
Instagram,
Yeah, I have no
Facebook.
problem. I'm really good at it.
I have a writing degree. We'll get this started.
Well, the way
Yeah.
the way you sex talked, if you can, if any listeners out there want to be humiliated, Effie will do the job. But I think Sabrina's very into it all of a sudden too. She'll tell
That was
you.
improved.
She'll tell you. You fucking whatever. Give me $100. I deserve it, not you.
Rhymer 2.
Reimer's gonna talk. No, this is not about Reimer.
Come on.
No,
I don't think so.
No?
You know what?
It's too nice.
Let's take a little bit of a break on this one, and we'll be right back with the great conversation we're having. Everybody's happy?
Oh yeah, I'm great.
All right, well, it is getting colder outside, but it is getting hot in the Blowhard studio. We love watching our numbers increase. We love hearing from you. We love all of it. So please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Listen with them. Have a chat. And if you have any questions, shoot them to us. We want to hear them. DM us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, or you can just go to the website, Blowhard Talk Hard, and message us there, or email us, blowhardtalkhard@gmail.com. Anyway, we love you. Sabrina out.
Welcome back, listeners. Continuing our, I don't know, crazy conversation with Miss Effie, Reimer, and Sabrina.
Hello.
What do we do now? Like, what do we say? Like, what else is there to say? Effie, like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna say that one thing, that dirty talk thing, fucked me up.
So
And that's just the beginning.
So
like-
is that
Wow.
the kind of stuff that you post on your Twitter?
Yeah, so my Twitter, I try to like kind of balance on the one hand, like sexually explicit material with like other kind of like more personal material that I like personally find that clients really like that.
Right.
They want to like know about you as a person, even if they, you know, want to show up and throat fuck you. That does not mean.
Fuck my life. But
That
you've
does
never
not
said, you've
mean-
never talked on Twitter. Can you talk on Twitter?
I do talk on Twitter,
You've
yeah.
talked dirty talk on Twitter? Why have I not heard this?
I'm not sure. I was just reading my little Twitter blurb that says like I'm an overeducated sexual deviant with a penchant for high heels and conceptual analysis. Book me if you like blonde spinner types and really great blowjobs.
That's of course, the blow. Yes, I read that one. Yes.
Well, what is your Twitter handle? I'm gonna add you right
Well,
now.
we're gonna definitely
Yeah.
post where
Yeah.
everybody can find the Effie.
So I am Effie White Minx,
Yeah.
and you can find me at Effie Minx with an
There it
X.
is, people.
Oh, yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. Yeah.
We'll make sure to post it on the
Yeah.
website too, so you
Definitely
guys
put you
can
down on the
find
website.
it. Okay, Reimer, instead of over talking,
Hey.
if you're gonna do it, just do it.
You guys,
Because I'm trying to tell her we're gonna post it on the website. You're looking at your Twitter, telling us what you're doing.
I'm adding her now. Gentlemen, don't waste your
Let
time.
me know what
Don't
you
waste your time.
think.
Put this
Let me
on.
know what you think about my photography. I'm
Absolutely.
not the best
Absolutely.
photographer.
You won me
I'm-
over as a fan immediately when I met you. Now I can like follow you.
do you have a tripod to take your pic? Oh my God.
I do not have a tripod. I do have. I have like
I
a
will
stick.
get you a gift.
I have like the
selfie
stick.
sticks.
Oh, but like,
but
it's $20 on Amazon. It'll change your life.
I think so. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Put a little timer on.
Yeah, get the little click. No, they have clickers. Mine has a clicker.
Yeah, that's true.
It clicks to your phone, and when you're ready, leg up in the air,
Bluetooth.
I'm in. Yeah.
Bluetooth, and you put your arms over your head and do a somersault. Click, and there you go.
So what is it that makes you so acrobatic? Like, do you do yoga? Did you do gymnastics as a kid? Like, what is it? Because I'm super jealous. I want to be able to do all this weird. I want to be a pretzel.
So I
Fuck,
did.
Yeah, that's
I
a good
did
thing.
try
Good for
gymna-
you, man. Sabrina wants to do pretzel.
It's going to require a lot of stretching.
Yeah, I did try gymnastics as a child. I wasn't amazing at it, but I got like reasonably far at it. You know, like I could do like an aerial, like I could do like a cartwheel on the balance beam, which is very difficult to
hard.
do, right? Because like the balance beam is like not very thick, right?
I've never seen one, but I get it. Yes,
And then I did karate, but yeah, like, I mean, now I do like mainly like strength training and running and stuff like that. But I did recently, as soon as we went on lockdown, I became obsessed with like learning how to do the splits. Like I was just like, I want to be able to do the splits. And so I started watching like YouTube tutorials on like how to, you know, stretch properly to like get yourself. I'm pretty close. I think I'm like an inch and a half away.
Like a center split or like a...
No, not the center split, like the...
Why do you want to do the splits for?
Because like all these drag queens and like strippers can do
all do
it.
these
I want to
death
be
drops,
able
yeah.
to do it too.
Oh, I thought it was referring to some sort of position or something that you wanted
Well,
to
it helps with the positions also.
It's like a sexual party trick.
stretching your
Exactly.
muscles
I just
out.
want to be able to do like the death drop into the splits.
Do you watch RuPaul's Drag Queen?
Yeah, I
Drag
do.
Race
I
show?
like, I got like totally caught up like during the pandemic. I started at the beginning because it's been on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So and I got to see all my favorite. I follow a lot of drag queens on social media.
What's a death
I'm a
drop?
huge fan.
It's amazing.
It's where you like drop down. You just like fall
It's
down into
basically-
the splits.
Oh, I thought you were
Basically when you,
dropping on
like-
a dick. Like, I'm so fucked up.
But I would like
man.
to. So I once had a duo with this girl
I know what
from.
you're saying. You banged the stage like with like your like.
Yeah, but I once had a duo with this young lady. She was beautiful at the time. I really liked her. And she had previously been a gymnast and she could do the side splits and she did it on the guy's cock.
Wow.
And she was like bouncing up and down
In
on the
split
guy's
styles?
in the side splits, yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was kind of comical because she kind of looked like she didn't have any legs.
That's so funny.
But
Wait a
I
minute.
was like,
She splits in her.
yeah, side split,
Yeah.
and then she's like bouncing on the guy's cock like that.
That's impressive.
It was
Yeah.
impressive. I really liked her.
Do you have like friends that you prefer to do duos with?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I like my general preference is like for someone that's like into women.
That's
I
the
feel
only
like,
time they work. If you don't
Yeah.
like the girls, don't. It's a fake.
I mean, I've definitely worked with girls though that like were not into women and like maybe didn't even love me, but like I could definitely make
But the
it
guy
work.
knows you're just going through the motions. I don't recommend those ones.
But yeah, like I don't really want to like have to ask like my duo partner, like, can I actually go down on you? Like that's
Yeah.
not really a conversation I want to have.
But that's why when we, like the last time, you have to go like, I like it when it's like you know each other. Girls are sensitive to that. You could suck a dick, who cares? But to eat a pussy, you got to sort of know her a little bit better, no?
I just want to know that like she's like cool with like being with
Exactly.
women, right?
Right.
And like
Yeah.
you don't have to be like super gay. You can only be you can just be like
10%.
5% gay,
5%.
10% gay, no problem. Like we can get there. But you need to be like a little bit.
Yeah.
What percent gay would you say that you are?
I don't know. I mean, my sexuality is kind of weird because it's like very like narrative driven. But I like women a lot, so
50-50 then.
I don't know if I'm. I don't know. It's tough because it's so kind of
I
like
always thought you'd be
situational.
50-50. I don't know why I thought that, but okay.
I don't know. I've mainly been with men.
Yeah,
terms
like
of-
in your
Not as a
personal
gr-
life, you.
But I
lean towards
did
being with
once
men.
live with this woman. It was when we were both in undergrad, and she was beautiful. She had like red hair, like a little bit taller than me, statuesque, like really like kind of like milky white skin. And so we got in the habit of like going out and just like picking up men and bringing them home together. We lived together.
Oh, nice.
And I was really into that. Like I feel like I would ideally like to be
So one
in
guy
a-
or two guys?
like one guy for the two of us.
Nice.
You know, we shared. We
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
I get it. Like a threesome.
But yeah, it was really fun, and I feel like that's like ideally, I'd like to be with like a woman who's bisexual who works in the sex industry.
So do you have any like people that you can think of, like friends that you want to like shout out right now?
that I want to shout out as like
Yeah.
great duo partners.
Yeah, I mean, if we're
I mean, the person that like definitely like hits my mind is like Parker for sure. Like I
Agreed.
love Parker.
Agreed.
She's like so
She's awesome.
sexy,
Awesome.
and like such a good person.
Very
also.
happy, go like you, yeah.
But she's also like when Parker's behind closed doors, like she's so fucking raunchy.
I made that
you know?
comment to her once. I go, you're so sweet and innocent looking, but I guarantee you when that door closes, you're totally different. She starts
Exactly.
laughing.
Yeah, no. She's so fucking hot.
She
It's
won
hilarious.
the best SP of the year last year.
Did she? Good for
2019,
her,
yeah.
dude. I remember
And she
people.
has no Twitter, nothing.
Yeah.
People
But, like,
lose their mind, like would be like this girl. She's just so cool. Like she's
Yeah.
just
She's
such
very,
a chill.
she's engaging, beautiful. Yeah, you did the
Yeah,
you
like
did-
such a good person and like so just like naturally amazing. But honestly, I started.
She's a freak, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like once you get her behind closed doors, like she's so fucking like raunchy and PSE. It's
But she's
amazing.
nice, yeah.
And you guys are at the same. You guys are at the same agency, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Nice.
no, we work together. Yeah, so I would say like right now, like she's definitely like you know.
You have
my
to love
top.
her, man. You have to, yeah.
Yeah, she's such a nice person too.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I know her personally. She's so nice. Like, but again, with the door closed, you wouldn't picture her. Like, maybe she was
No,
saying,
exactly. Yeah, you
She
would
just
never,
looked-
because she's so sweet and nice, and like you know, talked about her dogs and like cooking and shit like
she'll
that.
tweet and say, she'll text and say something. I'm like, oh, fuck, this what? Like, where do you get all this energy? Like,
Yeah, but she's so hot and like just like amazing body, and like she's so just like it's like this like raw sexual energy. Like she's just you know like so into it. So
she's
I
the
would
one that I
say-
was saying. I don't even know if I should say this. She might be listening to this and get mad after about the swallowing when I told you. And I go, I thought you don't swallow. She goes, well, I started again. And I go, why? She goes, it's easier to clean up. It's not, you have to clean up. And I'm like, oh my
Exactly,
God.
yeah, like,
Now
I-
that I
That's
know
how
that
cool.
it's Parker, I remember being like, we have that in common. Shout out to Parker. What's up, girl?
That's why it's
Yeah.
so. That's why she's so cool, because who talks to you like she talks like that? Just, and it makes sense if you think about it. But she's like what Effie's saying. It just.
What am I
she's
gonna do?
nice.
Get up and walk to the sink? The fastest way to
Yeah,
get that
exactly.
shit out of my mouth is to swallow it.
Just
Like,
get
Yeah,
it
and,
over.
and to like clean it up completely, right? Like there's no, you know what I mean? Like
I-
everything is.
I buy
completely
Bounty
taken
paper
care
towel.
of.
That shit is expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Julie once told a story about somebody spitting in a water bottle.
Yeah.
That was a guy collecting with his girlfriend.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
That's
Like
gross,
say we're
yeah.
dating and every
That's a
day
kink
like we
shame, but
bang and then you drink some water, then the rest she'd spit it in the thing in the water water
For
bottle,
what purpose?
and then he'd save them and he'd have a whole drawer, cupboards full of bottles.
Why?
Because he
That's
wants
the
to
whole-
look at his own creation.
This is
Like,
what
I
the whole
don't get
point of
it.
that one of the
Like, what?
episodes. We were like confused.
Yeah.
We were like, what does he do? Energy drink? We don't know. Or the guy that was buying the used condoms from another friend. He didn't want to bang her, but every day, how many condoms you used? He'd come and he'd pay her for them for the whole week.
Okay.
And then we were like,
I'm
what?
suspicious. This,
Yeah,
right?
This sounds sketchy to me.
Well, after a week, she found it like it was weird.
Yeah.
She stopped. But for the first week, she wouldn't lie to me. She did it. Like she sold it to the guy. But I go, what did he do with them?
Yeah, we heard about this company a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about this on the podcast.
Vietnam, when they were cleaning the dirty condoms and they're
Oh, my
reselling
God.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
400,000 used
That
condoms.
sounds unsafe to me.
Unsafe.
Right?
So many levels.
That's the only word you could use. Unsafe.
I
think it's the most succinct word to use.
hygienic to me.
Yeah, that is-
But
Yeah, that's an
again,
understatement.
This is
Yeah.
a one-use product.
400,000. Like Sabrina said, where did you find it? Where did you get all the
They
condoms
got them all from one guy. You guys, if you haven't listened to this podcast yet, you got to go back and hear it.
The
What's
one
it
guy
called?
had 400,000 condoms.
That's what they don't know where he got them from, but the person
was
that was
collecting, yeah.
that was like repurposing them bought them all from one guy.
But are you concerned with like the integrity of the condom
That's
at
what-
this point?
They're
You
in
know?
Yes.
Vietnam. Who knows what they're doing over there?
They
Yeah.
were
I
like
just, like-
melting them down and reforming them
And
on
making
wooden
new
discs.
ones?
Yes,
No,
they
they're
were.
using the same ones.
No,
just
but they're
cleaning
using the
them.
material from it. I read the article.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
recycling them.
they're like melting them, they're cleaning them, melting them down, and then forming them on like fake wooden dicks.
And packaging them again.
It seems like a whole fucking lot of work.
It
All
seems
for
like that's what I
$3?
was thinking. I was like, it seems like like might be like too costly to refurbish the condom
Yes, yes.
than the actual cost of just making a new condom.
Yeah.
Unless there's some
I'm not
sort
a
of like,
mathematician or
Oh,
like a manufacturer of condoms, but that sounds very, very ridiculous. Yeah,
Really, you're not a manufacturer of condoms.
I guess not because like Effie said, it would be easier just to make just to buy a new
a
one.
new one. It
You
seems
think so?
cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
that's
thing
why I
with
don't buy
recycling.
any.
And that's why we
condoms.
made those stupid jokes about. Do you ever use a saran wrap?
No, obviously, I've never used a saran wrap. That would be like highly unsafe.
when you're a
Don't want to
teenager,
use,
when
you
you're
don't
a
want to use the
teenager.
microwavable stuff. It's porous.
And then I made the joke about I use Mars bars, those little Halloween treat ones, like the little packages. Anyways, you had those.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No,
No.
you have to have been there to laugh.
But if you open up the Mars bar wide enough, you can see the serial number.
Oh my
No,
god.
candy bars.
I don't know.
Don't
Well,
knock
you
the
weren't-
kimonos though. They're important.
Yes.
Now, is
should
kimono
have
your
them.
favorite brand? Because
It's a great brand.
very
I mean, it's
popular
like
brand.
like it's
Is
a
that a
high
condom?
it's
Yeah,
a
kimono.
high end brand of
It's-
condom, and yeah, they have condoms in different sizes. So
Do they feel
yeah.
different? Like
For sure they do.
They're
man.
thinner, yeah. They're
Thin
like
con- if you
nicer.
use a regular
They're expensive
condom-
though.
Yeah, kimono's expensive.
Yeah.
If you don't have a thin condom, forget it.
No, but like, is there some brands that stand out as better than others for satisfaction and feeling?
Of course.
Yeah, I like the
Well.
Durex, like the purple box of Durex. That's my favorite.
They're
brand.
thin, right?
Yeah, they're like extra thin, and like they're just the best. Like they're the sturdiest. They just perform the best.
Shout out
it's
to Durex from
easiest
Effie.
to like
They should
get.
pay you for that.
Yeah, like easiest to like get it on the guy's cock. Oh, this is a thing that always confuses me when men are like,
We don't
I
know how to
don't
do
know
it.
which way
Yeah, I let
this
you do
condom
it.
works.
I just let you do it.
I know, but I was like, how do you not know which way it goes? Like
'Cause we're dumb,
obviously,
man. We're dumb.
obviously you have to roll it down so it goes in that
If it
direction.
doesn't start
right?
rolling, then flip it
Yeah,
over.
then it's
idiot.
wrong.
At that moment,
Like,
you know
it's
what?
like, I was like, I'm always confused by
I've done
this.
it. I've done it, and
Yeah,
you know
it
what? That's
bunches
why I
up
say
and
just
it's-
do it for me.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Because
it's important.
I fall into that stupid
You want to
category.
like enter the sex industry, practice putting condoms
Because all the
on.
blood
'cause
leaves your
that's-
brain and you can't
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
it
Yeah,
out.
you know,
right?
you're right. This is maybe what I'm not
That's true.
factoring.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Like, I've
Because I'm
done
like,
it.
oh no, I know which way this goes.
Yeah.
It goes on the way that it rolls down.
You pull it out of the
You're
package and the nipple
operating
goes
with a
down and you're like
handicap.
pinching it the wrong way. And
But at that time, I've done it. Like,
Yeah.
forget it, man. Just do it, please. Help me. I'm dying
Yeah.
here. I don't know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing.
I always put the condom on.
Yeah.
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 In fact, I
You're
would
such
be
a
like,
nice
I would be
person.
a little suspicious if the guy like wanted to do the condom, unless he has a huge
Why?
dick. I just feel like because it's not normal, right? Because like normally, like I put the condom on. The only exception
With
is
your
where
mouth or your hand?
with
Both.
my hand. I mean, my mouth is obviously like close to it at the same time, but
No, some girls they do that whole mouth thing with the condom.
I don't want to like you know you don't want to make sure the condom like the integrity is preserved and everything that it works properly. So I would
Of
say you don't
course,
want
I'm
your
not
teeth
trying.
on
I'm not
it.
trying to. Yeah.
But no. I roll it down. My mouth is close to there. The only exception is like if you have a guy with like a really big cock, sometimes he wants to put on the condom because he kind of knows how to properly get that on
Shimmy it and
him.
shift
Yeah,
it
like
and-
he knows his cock,
He knows how to
right?
shimmy
Like,
it. It's just
how
that thing of-
to get the thing, you know, properly in place and whatnot.
But well, anyways, too much fucking big dick condom talk. But
Sorry about that.
no. I have no insecurities. People are what they are. I don't care.
Man, have you ever had somebody like try to bring their own condom and it was like a big one, but they didn't need one that was that
Oh
big?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Really?
I hate when that happens, and
Yeah.
like that's not something like I don't.
nothing.
I don't have the same job.
Why?
but,
Okay,
like,
it's,
in my
again, I
personal
have to
life-
ask. Why would they do that?
Because it's an ego thing. They're like,
If
look
it
how big
doesn't-
my. It's like you're
I
different.
mean, it's
If it
okay.
doesn't
Like
fit,
I
you must
find, I
acquit.
find normally like the big condom like will still fit on a regular size cock, so it's not normally a problem.
Like a Trojan, like the big ones, they'll
Yeah,
fit, but then they
I've-
get
I've-
loose. I would assume, no.
no.
It's not the best, yeah. Like it's not ideal, but yeah, I definitely have had guys like show up with. Well, not so much. I find that extra large condoms aren't the worst. It's sometimes guys show up with condoms that like don't fit on their dick at all. Like
Yes.
it doesn't. Like I was like, I don't know why you like this brand, but like it's not.
It's too tight.
It's not
yeah.
staying on.
I
Like
hate
it's like
those.
rolling
That's my
off
problem.
and
The ones that
like.
don't
Tight
fit.
and they just-
But
yeah.
they insist on they're like, no, but this is like the good brand. And I'm like, I really think my like Durex condoms
Yeah,
are
yeah,
better.
those
And
guys
like,
Yeah.
but for sure there are guys that like bring extra large condoms that do not have extra large dicks. Like they do not need
Those-
this.
yeah, okay.
But that's fine. Like
Is
as long
it?
as it's safe. Yeah, as long as
Dress
it's
for the
safe.
job you want.
Yeah.
Buy
Exactly,
condoms
yeah.
for the dick you want.
I'm gonna buy a big condom just to pretend I have a big dick. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, there are some guys. They're like, oh, I prefer this. It's like more comfortable. And sure.
But once you
yeah.
see it, you're like, okay, buddy, you don't need it.
As long as it stays on, it's fine.
See, that's the good Effie talking.
As long
nice.
as, long as
Yes,
it, you know,
okay.
the
We'll
only
drop
the
it.
only
We'll-
problem is like if like it's not gonna like function properly, then like
Then you're not. Yeah,
then
obviously.
Like a sloppy
I may
garbage bag.
suggest like a different condom.
So as a legend, I'm super curious because this has always seemed like it would be a really hard part of the job if I was to try to do it. If somebody's trying to stay over time, how do you handle that situation?
So I'm pretty good at like the rhythm of things at this point in time.
Okay.
And so at some point you really just start to have to like gather up their clothes and like give them, if somebody really like
So I haven't come yet, and you're gathering my clothes.
well, I make you come, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's why
I
she's
just
a legend.
I try extremely hard. So if I know like we're running out of the
But there's
the
guys
clock
who
is
can't
running.
come, right?
I mean, I try really hard.
Jesus. Right. Thank you, God.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
so
a-
in my
she's a
mind,
crier.
I have like the clock kind of in my head at this point in time. And so like if we're getting like close to the end and I'll ask someone like, what can I do to make you come? Like, you know, I want your like come down my throat, which is a lot nicer to say than like you have 5 minutes left. You know what I mean?
That's exactly, see, that's smart.
See, the funny thing is like in like my personal life, I'll do the same thing when I'm just
That's
like,
the
I'm
way-
done, like I'm bored. Like,
That's the way I want
like,
to hear it
I don't want to
too.
fuck anymore. And that's when I get really, that's
And
when the
you know
dirty
what?
talk really comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like,
should
yeah,
do it.
that's when you're
Speed
like,
Because no man wants to hear, I got other stuff to do. I got some laundry.
No, exactly,
You
yeah,
should
it's
train
much
girls
better.
by what you just said.
I know.
If a
you
woman
should.
ever
instead
says to you, "Oh my God, it's so fucking sexy when you come," it means she's tired.
Well,
Yeah, I
you need
just
Effie
want
to
your-
train girls to say, instead of, okay, you got 5 minutes left, buddy, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
She'll say, I really want to taste your cum down my throat. Hurry
Exactly,
up. And
yeah.
the guy's like,
well,
oh.
don't say hurry up. I just say,
No, no,
like,
okay.
I really
I want
want
you to
your
come
fucking
down my
come down
throat.
my throat. What can I make you do to make you
And now the
come?
guy's obviously going to lose
And
his
then,
fucking
yeah,
mind.
like I get like more aggressive at that point in time, and I just like, you know.
But your words are, the words are what makes the match, it'll happen.
Yeah.
99% of the time, the guy's like, what? Okay,
Oh yeah, I just want you to come in my pretty little mouth.
Fuck my life. Yes, perfect.
Yep.
On that note, I don't even know what else we could do and say.
That's how we end an appointment. That's how we end a podcast.
That's how we end the
Effie, it's
podcast.
been a delight to have you here.
So nice. Thank you so much for having me.
You're an
It's been
absolute
super fun.
delight.
Thank
That's
you.
why I said,
It's
guys,
been
legend.
great.
Absolutely.
And a great, like not only sexually, like whatever those deep throat things are, great person as we could say.
Yeah.
Full fucking package.
I've
You
never
can
met her
be-
before. That's what I'm saying. Like, believe it or not, I've never met her in person. So this is like,
And I feel like we've been
It's 'cause
hanging
you
out for like a
got
long
canceled.
time. Like
Yeah.
we've known each other like to hang out.
it's pretty easy to get
I'm
along
very
with it.
candid. Yeah.
So listeners, run, don't walk to the
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. Or Twitter. That's where they
Twitter,
find
Twitter.
it.
I'm
That's
on
what I meant. That's what I
Twitter.
meant. Sorry, the Twitter.
I'm on Twitter. I post weekly. You'll find like some explicit photos, some
gonna put
photos
our-
about songs I like and my new puppy. You know,
There you go.
it's a mixed bag.
I'm also going to put
I'm
your
a
logo
complicated person.
for you on our Blowhard Talk Hard Friends of the Show page.
Sounds good.
That way she can have that, you guys can click to her Twitter right away. Then you don't have to go searching. What were you saying, Sabrina? You guys were going to say something about okay, that was another subject. Forget it. I'm confused.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, you know what?
Thanks, Julian.
It's been a pleasure.
Hopefully we can have you back. This has been so great.
I hope
Yeah.
so too. Yeah, it sounds good.
Everybody happy?
Happy.
I think today's
Excellent.
been a great day. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of
Thanksgiving.
turkey and be safe.
If you're listening to this after Thanksgiving, happy holidays.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's gonna Listen
We
to
hope you had
Merry
a good
Christmas. Happy
Thanksgiving.
New Year.
Yeah.
what's that called?
Mine was
belated?
canceled, so
Belated.
Belated Happy Thanksgiving. It was canceled.
yeah, my family canceled Thanksgiving.
Sorry about that.
Well, that's
You know,
what's
health
happening
guidelines.
these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, we hope that you stayed safe and that you had a great Thanksgiving. We love you.
Stay tuned. We'll see you folks next Friday.
Yep. As usual.
Excellent.
As usual, find us Instagram, Twitter, DM us, send us questions. We love you. We want to hear from you.
Pretty much said it all. Julian,
Reimer.
Sabrina.
Effie.
we are all out.